Challenge via virtual prepaid card. Card typically takes 15 days after rebate submission. No cash access and card expires in 6 months. Check out in 15 minutes per line. Visit T-Mobile.com.
You're listening to 95.7 The Game, KGMZ FM in HD1 San Francisco on Odyssey Sports Station. Always live on the free Odyssey app, Twitch, and YouTube. Powered by First NorCal Credit Union. Live from downtown San Francisco, this is 95.7 The Game.
Oh, good morning, everyone. What is going on? Evan Giddings, Dan Devone, Pasta Pomodoro, a.k.a. Steven Risotto. Everyone's in the house. We got a couple things we got to get to before we actually dive into the Golden State Warriors on Warriors this week, and that is this. So you got a glove in the actual booth right now, and you don't know who Chewy Gomez is. But you got to turn that on first.
How am I supposed to know who the hell Chewy Gomez is?
Chewy Gomez is a living legend, man.
I don't know.
He's a Bay Area DJ. Has been for, well, really my entire life.
Oh.
Yeah, man.
So who does he work for?
He's been all over. Right down the block, Live 105. Back in the day, KBL.
So what am I doing
Big
with
Chewy,
his,
come on, man.
What am I doing with his headset on if he works down the block?
Well, I wouldn't admit that on air. But you're going to take that glove off? Dan's ready for he's ready for spring training. This is a Warriors show. And you got a baseball mitt on. Boston, is that your glove?
It's not my glove. It's Shasky's, but I did give my glove to Shasky this week so he could redo the lacing.
I got you. What's up, man? How you feeling?
Does he play? Anyways.
That's called a trapeze. Trapeze webbing.
Doing well.
Yeah?
Yeah, a little tired, a little New York, but I'm back in the fold, ready to go. You miss me? San Francisco, Bay Area, listening audience, you missed the Kuna? Hell yeah, you did. I'll answer that for you.
Well, we haven't talked to each other in a couple weeks because, wait, so you were at NYC last weekend? We stuck Grandy with Pasta and Franco Finn. You hear that?
God, you're losing me with Chewies and the Francos. I mean, what's going on? Do we restaff this thing over the last week?
You work in the Bay Area. You got to know these people. Franco Finn is the public address announcer and hype man. Has been for the Warriors for a long time.
Oh, all right.
Anyway, so Pasta was playing this game that he tried to put together with us. You remember that the mystery guest game?
Oh, yeah. I went Kevin Danner the first 5 seconds.
Yeah, he said hello, and Dan figured out immediately who he was. So he played that game with Grandy last weekend, and it went perfectly. It went how the game was supposed to go, which is like 20 questions. I couldn't figure it out when I was listening to the clip, but Pasta put together this, I don't know, this mystery guest, and it was Franco Finn.
Who was doing the show last night? Was it Willard and Dibbs? The last people to be on the air?
Well, technically it was Grandy, I think, who did pre and post.
Well, sitting where I'm sitting.
They were at Splash yesterday, so the last person to sit in that seat was Daryl the Guru Johnson.
Well, Guru's got some Hennessy White going on here. I like this.
We were trying to figure out where you could find some, because Steiny's going to Puerto Rico. So someone said, bring me back Henny White. And Goo was under the impression that you could find Henny White in the States. And I don't know much about Henny White, but
you can't?
I thought you could find it in the States, but
apparently you can't. I'm asking you.
Well, Goose said it was at Target. I'm not sure you can find it there.
He's up on a big Target page here, and I got some Henny White going for $59.99.
That'll play.
Yeah, no doubt.
You ever had Henny White?
I have not. I've had Hennessy. What's the difference?
I don't know. Never had Henny White.
All right.
It's got to be a little bit better.
I like it, though.
I like cognac.
I mean, it gets to a point where you cover the Golden State Warriors that, you fire on somebody's computer and it's on Hennessy White. You may as well drink at this juncture, right?
Well, that was an unnecessary transition. But, yeah, the Warriors lost their fourth game in a row last night. They also lost 4 to injury. I believe Draymond Green was scratched right before the game with a back injury. Al Horford left after 5 minutes with calf tightness. Seth Curry, who felt like just got back, limped to the locker room in the second quarter, has an adductor. And then even Quentin Post, one of the young guys on this team, sprained his left ankle. So right now the Warriors, Dan, are in free fall. They right now are 32-34, low water mark, and they're the Walking Dead.
And it's only going to get worse.
How's it going to get worse?
Oh, you know where they're going?
What do you mean?
Look at that 5-game roadie.
Oh, from that standpoint. Yeah, I gotcha.
Oh, no.
Yeah, they're going out to Devone's town.
Hell yes. You're going to get waxed by the Knicks. You're
going to be in the Garden.
Do they beat the Wizards?
They're going to beat actually. They should beat the Wizards. This is the thing, though. They're going to play 1 or 2 teams maybe 3. They don't care to win. This is going to be a 6-game road trip. New York at Washington, at Boston, at Detroit, at Atlanta, at Dallas. They got a chance to win some games.
Maybe the Lizards.
The Lizards?
That's
Is
it.
that what we're calling them right now?
That's it. You know, all 5
That's
of
a
those
5.
teams are the
What?
former teams of Porzingis.
Oh, Atlanta?
All 5 of those teams are his former teams. It's pretty funny. He's going back to every single team that traded him.
Except for Detroit, yeah. I like that.
That's pretty funny.
Did you come up with that yourself?
No,
What?
I read that somewhere.
It's not a rim shot.
It's so good to be back in the fold with Pasta, who just pushes buttons randomly. It's like,
It just gives you the draw for
whatever
really
reason.
anything you say.
You're a product of Sam Lubbenby, for crying out loud.
That's a weird assumption.
So this is one thing that we
Not say that.
This is one thing that we gotta lean into Pasta a little bit more for. So Pasta's been working the morning show,
Yeah.
which means he's not getting a lot of sleep lately.
Yeah, he looks like hell.
He told me yesterday, and this is where we might be losing him. He told me that this is the hardest show that he has to produce now because
What, the ours? Who's on Hennessy now? What are you
So
drunk?
not the hardest show that I have to produce, but the hardest one to get up for. Because it is Saturday.
you're
And
not getting up at 3:30 in the morning, my man.
I do get to sleep a few more hours, but it's just like this is the one where it's like I look forward to it, of course, but it's just, it's a Saturday. And now like it does, I don't know. Whatever. I didn't make that statement.
I mean, you can do whatever it is that you typically would do on a Saturday while you're with us. Call your girlfriend, take a nap. It's all good. We'll get along. Just occasionally pick up if Mitch from Jersey calls, pick it up. Go back to bed. If Jan calls, pick it up. Go back to bed.
Oh, if Jan calls, I'm definitely picking it up.
Well,
That's what you do. Take a nap back there.
She'll
We're
probably
good.
call in. 888-957-9570 is the number. This is Warriors This Week with Dan Devone and Evan Giddings. As always, off to a rip-roaring start. So
How was your week?
My week?
Yeah.
My week was...
Well, how was last night? For some reason, Pasta said, watch out. When he does that,
Pasta doesn't know what he's talking about.
it's like it was out last night.
Every now and then, Evan gives me warnings.
Yeah.
Well, I went to a comedy show last night. Wouldn't call that going out.
Well, we don't know with you.
Now that's more appropriate. But no, I went to see Craig Robinson last night at Cobb's.
Is that Michelle Obama's brother?
So, Jesus. I've heard that joke 17 times in the
Really?
last 48 hours, and Pasta was one of them.
Oh, really? Pasta, you and I.
Yeah.
I was like, is he doing a book talk or something?
No, you guys
Former
are
head coach at OSU.
crazy, man.
Oregon State.
No, he's a freaking comic actor. You ever seen The Office?
Yeah. Oh, that
Plays
guy.
Daryl.
That guy.
Yeah, Craig Robinson.
Yeah.
Hot Tub Time Machine.
Yeah.
This is the end.
Yeah, no, he's awesome.
He's hilarious. He's got the
He's a
towel over his
Pizza
shoulder
Hut
the whole
pitch
time.
guy for a long time.
Yeah, I think he's still doing a bunch. I saw him in a commercial last night during these ESPN Champ Week games.
Yeah.
Yeah, so his whole shtick, it's not, well, I want to call it shtick. His whole set is with the piano. Because he plays the piano.
Really?
So it's like a musical
That's
comedic
pretty
act.
cool.
And the whole time he sings and weaves in jokes through different songs. He has people do sing along, and then he'll intersperse a little, vulgar comment that makes you chuckle. He was really, really, really funny.
If you've ever seen the outtakes of The Office, he's the funniest. Like, people will do a scene with him and he cracks people up. They cannot stay in character. He's generally a funny guy. I'm with you. I don't know how much money you paid to go see him, but I wouldn't do that, but God bless. Is he good on the piano?
Well, I could have spent that money at La Rocca's, but I decided against
Yeah,
it.
that's when I heard from you.
No, I didn't end up at La Rocca's.
What was going on at La Rocca's last night?
Well, I just texted you because I walked by there. It's right down the street from the comedy club. And there was a bunch of people out there watching the USA Canada
Okay.
WBC game. I don't actually know what happened. Do we know if we won just like hockey?
The USA won.
All right. Well, there's a W.
God bless America.
Is that Jan?
That was Jan. She's a patriotic mood on my soundboard.
I got you.
God bless America.
So, was walking by La Rocca's.
Oh, Jan.
He's off to an early start. Was walking by.
Where is Jan? Crying out loud. We're not even 10 minutes into the show and I'm giggling at Jan. I'm not going to make it.
Well, we got 2 hours and 50 minutes left.
Oh, baby.
That's not her, is it?
You only have Jan cuts? Jan drops?
Oh, heck yes.
All right. Seriously, put her away.
Well, it sounds...
God, just take out my glove and throw a ball against a wall for 3 hours. I can't handle this.
Sounds aggressive. No, but and then when we came out, because I had to go back and watch the Warriors game after the show because it was right at 7. And I was kind of curious to see, like what the mood is after a game. You walk into a bar and, it was kind of like right towards the end of the game. And then I'm looking around at all these people and I don't know the score. So I'm just walking in and I'm like, I don't know. Minnesota's lost 3 in a row. I think the spread was like 5.5. Warriors said, how we feeling?
You really think they had a shot against Minnesota?
No, I don't think they did. Especially when I saw the laundry list of injuries that were on not just the floor, but also on the bench. And
shots to the bench were hilarious last night.
Well, all of them are in street clothes.
Like the coach
they
is
got
out.
3 guys in jerseys on the bench. They're playing
some dude named Leon, Kings of Leon.
Oh, that's right. You're so big on Kings of Leon. No, okay. This is the thing. They got 4 guys that are G League players or that have played G League games, I think, this season. Guy Santos may not have, but Guy was a G League guy. Leon's 2-way player. LJ Cryer, 2-way player. Spencer just got his first full-time contract this season. By the end of the game, there were more Santa Cruz Warriors than Golden State Warriors on the floor because a bunch of them got hurt. Horford goes down.
I have no empathy for them. None.
What are you talking about?
None.
They're our squad.
They did this to themselves.
How so?
Come on.
Take us down that rabbit hole.
I'll spend some time getting into this, but are we really surprised that they're injured, including Steph Curry? This is what happens when you invest in players that have an AARP card.
Well, Quentin Post is 26.
Well, Quentin Post and Moses Moody, that's the outlier. But you're not relying on those two as much as you are Steph Curry.
You are now.
Draymond Green, Jimmy Butler, Al Horford. All these guys got one foot in the grave, and we're like, I can't believe it, they're hurt. Poor Steve Kerr, what are you going to do? You got all these players that are hurt. I could have told you this would have happened as you head into late March, getting into April. Come on now.
It worked last year.
No, it didn't.
What are you talking about?
Steph got hurt. Jimmy Butler had nothing left in the tank.
Yeah, they made the second round of the playoffs.
Yeah,
though.
but you weren't going any further than that because there's no tread on these tires, man. It's like to be surprised that, oh my God, Al Horford, he's not ready to go, and it's March. Steph Curry isn't healthy. Jimmy Butler isn't there. Draymond Green's nicked up. What the hell did you expect when you invest in players that are 55 years of age? That's just, I felt that at the beginning of the year. This isn't 39. After the fact.
Well, yeah, but an ACL tear is not something you can control.
But you're more susceptible, man, when you've got that much wear on the lower extremities and you get into your mid-30s.
Yeah, but that's what they were trying to do is hold on for, well, it seems like two more seasons. You bring in Porzingis. He looked good last night.
He did.
Okay, you going to say something about him?
No, I think, well.
You going to talk about your former New York Knick?
He's going to be hurt by the end of this conversation.
Well, he's going to be sick. It's not. I don't know if it's hurt.
By the time we check out at noon, he's going to tell coach he can't get out of bed.
Well, he's tired. Yeah, he's got general illness.
But he looked good last night.
16 shots.
I mean, that's a guy that you wish was with the Warriors a couple of years ago. Like, you wish you landed that guy back in the day. Like even though you won all those titles, it'd been so much fun to see him play with Steph. Like, can you imagine him when he was healthy playing with the Warriors? A space 5, a guy that can legitimately shoot the 3, not this Quentin Post, whatever the hell it is that he's doing.
Well, he shot the 3 last year. He's not shot it well this year.
No.
But that's...
Quentin Post is a good player. It's just a matter of health.
He's fine. But that's how their roster is constructed. They have a bunch of guys that you wish you had 3 or 4 years ago. You probably wish you had Jimmy Butler 3 years ago. You wish you had Steph of 3 years ago. You probably wish you had Draymond of 3 years ago. You wish you had Kristaps from 3 years ago. You wish you had Al Horford from 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah, but the difference is
that's how you're able to get them, though, is because they're old.
You had Steph and Draymond 3 or 4 years ago, but they went out and acquired these guys after the fact, which made no sense, which never made any sense.
But they're still relying on Steph and Draymond like they are 33 or 34 years old, which they are not. I think that's, and Draymond just turned 36. My God. But he's got it back. He'll be fine. He'll be out there. He'll be ready for the road trip.
Wow.
I just want to go home.
And now Steph has missed 16 straight games. I think he'll miss
What did I tell you
more.
a month ago? They should have shut him down, which I think they are. You know what?
They might.
Well, you know what I think they're doing right now? I think this is the first sign
The quiet tank.
Yeah. This is the first sign of we're shutting you down. When there's no structural damage and it's a runner's knee and it's sort of vague, I think that's the way of saying there is no need for you to play basketball right now. We ain't catching it. We ain't going to the 6th seed. We ain't going to the 7th seed. We're not going to the 8th. We can't even catch them Clippers right now. We're getting boat raced by them. It's going to be us in Portland doing a 2-step. So, Steph, regardless, we're going to be the 9 or the 10, most likely the 10 at this point. So, no need for you to come back.
Yeah, I mean, that's the other thing is you're only a half game out of the 10 spot. There's no way you can possibly fall lower than that. But
unfortunately.
What? Oh, because you just want them to keep going down that road?
Let me tell you something. If they were within Memphis is making it so tough on everybody because nobody loses like Memphis.
Dude, they stink.
You see Spencer is now getting sad. He scored 25, and now Spencer is just like Pat's brother. It's just like, bro, we got to sit you.
The way that teams, in a way I kind of respect it. Teams want to lose so badly. And it's obviously a lottery system, but if you can get into that top, like teams, I fully believe, teams that are that bad care so much about being in the bottom 4. They will do whatever they can to. And Dallas, I think, legitimately believes, we're talking about, you just said the Warriors can't catch the Clippers. Don't tell Memphis that they can't catch the Jazz. And that's the way that they're going. They think that they can catch them. They've lost 7 in a row.
The Warriors, if they were a little bit, I tell you, Memphis is making it so difficult than everybody. If they were in 5 or 6 games, 4 or 5 games of Memphis, I'd say shut this thing down. Go get Memphis.
It's hard to fall like 4 games below a losing team, though.
It's tough to go get them, but I would say, I've heard people, so I haven't listened to the station for a while. And I do that purposely because I like to think I come in with some different looks.
Yeah, thanks for the support.
So a fresh outlook. I don't know what it is that people think about tanking around here, but embrace the tank, baby. Tanking is good. Tanking wins championships. Tanking makes you relevant. And unfortunately, this is going to be the last season I think the Warriors are going to have an opportunity to join the ranks of Memphis and Utah and the Dallas Mavericks, because I think they're going to change this thing drastically so that the Warriors are going to be stuck where they're stuck for a long time, and that ain't a good thing.
Wait, who's they?
The NBA.
The NBA wants them to be in purgatory?
I think that they're going to change. Something's going to have to be done drastically as far as tanking. So as far as the way it's currently structured, I think the system is going to be completely over.
But this is kind of the problem. And also, 888-957-9570 is the number. This is Warriors This Week with Giddings and Devone. The thing about it is there still is, at the top, some really high-level competitive basketball. I'm just not sure what you do about the bottom. I mean, did you see that OKC Boston game the other night? Really good game.
Really good game.
San Antonio, Denver. I know Wemby was out, but Denver came back from down 20 the other night. There's still some legitimate...
Wemby going to qualify for MVP?
Who?
Wemby? Yeah, he will. He's going to get 65.
He's played enough games.
Well, he better not miss any more. He's right around that cusp. He's right
same for SGA.
Yeah.
I think SGA is the runaway favorite right now just because I don't think Jokic... Not sure if Jokic has enough games or if he's going to be able to play enough. But
I don't think he has. He's not going to make 65.
Right now there's 4 41-win teams. 3 through 6 are all tied in terms of wins. in the Western Conference.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, that's why I understand where people would look at the league and say, what are you doing about tanking? These teams suck. They're not trying to win. And there's really, I would say, 5 teams that are just abominations at this point. Your Lizards, the Pacers, the Kings, the Jazz, and I know that they're not there yet, but Memphis is moving in that direction. Like the Pelicans don't have their picks, so it doesn't behoove them to be that bad, which is actually what's going to suck. But I think they feel good with the player they got last year. Dallas, meanwhile, at least has Cooper Flag to kind of just throw into the fire for. But the rest of those teams just, I mean, absolutely awful. But what can the league do about it? I don't know. The Warriors might be in that position next season. I mean, I don't know if I don't know if you heard kind of the direction of what they were looking at for next year. And I think this was
Don't do it.
No, I'm going to play the sound on the other side. Just for you.
Dunleavy?
No, it's not Dunleavy.
Oh.
You really have been out of the loop. No, they're talking about what to do with Steph, which, by the way,
You're going to play Vitello?
happy birthday, Steph Curry.
It's 39? 38.
38 years old.
Wow.
38 years young. Happy birthday, Steph.
Right on, Steph. Happy birthday, brother.
And Dan's going to rip you for the next 2.5 hours.
Why
But,
would I rip Steph? Steph is,
well, because he's old and he can't stay on the floor.
well, that's to be expected. We knew none of this should be a mystery to any of us. The thing about Steph, it's really, really difficult because Steph is Steph, right? He's the greatest player in the history of the franchise. We all love Steph, but he's also the reason why he can't tank. He's the reason that makes this thing so difficult for the Warriors. But if I'm the GM, if I'm the coach, I'm still doing it with Steph. I'm saying, Steph, I'm sorry, brother, but I got to do what I got to do.
Well, what are they doing right now?
Right now, it makes no sense. They're not tanking. You can tank, but it doesn't make any difference. What, are you going to be the 10 seed?
But this is what we talked about, I think, 2 or 3 weeks ago. When we said this is going to happen naturally. You may not come out and say explicitly that you're tanking and that you're trying to lose. But based on the talent you have available to you, along with the brittle bones of a lot of these older players, the season's going to erode in such a manner that you won't have a choice. Especially if Steph is going to miss another 4 games. So that would leave him, with about, less than a month in the season to come back to. I mean, at that point.
But this doesn't qualify as tanking, though.
No. Well, it's not tanking because you're not.
Yeah.
I mean, laying it out for all to see like a team like Memphis or Utah or Sacramento, and you also can't get low enough. But you're not winning. You're just a bad team right now.
Well, this is a team it's just a victim of circumstance because of all the injuries. Tanking to me is that you're deliberately losing so that you can get a lottery pick. They're not tanking. This is just what it is. I don't know what the hell. This is just a team that was poorly constructed of a bunch of old dudes. And those old dudes, as I said months and months ago, years and years ago, if you invest in these guys, they're going to get hurt. And at the end, this does not win you titles. And here you are. And I'm supposed to feel sorry for Steve Kerr and Dunleavy. Oh, Al Horford went out with an injury. Oh, man, I can't believe it. What the hell did you expect?
Well, you expect him to play, 40 or 50 games like he has the last 3 seasons.
Al Horford, by the way, Al seems like a nice guy. Is he? You've probably talked to him.
Tito?
Yeah.
Yeah, he seems great.
Seems like a great guy. But Al, if you were here right now, I'd say, well, man, you might want to revisit what it is that you were thinking a year ago when you said, you know what, let me get out of Boston because the wheels are coming off of that thing. I'm going to the Golden State Warriors. That's a team synonymous with championships. Maybe you should have stayed in Boston because you might want to relook and take a look at where that team is at right now.
Well, I don't
know, Jason Tatum.
I don't know for sure, but I also think it was kind of a mutual thing. I mean, Boston got off of 2 Golden State Warriors, Porzingis and Horford, and they also got off a 37-year-old Drew Holiday because they knew that, or assumed.
They knew Cato was just going to fill it up.
Oh, do you actually, this is a fun hypothetical. We got to hit a break here, and then I want to get to Kevin on the other side. Do you think if the Boston Celtics knew that they were this close, would they have got off those 3 guys? Because I think they...
Probably not.
I think they got off them because they did not think they were going anywhere this year.
No. This is why Mazzulla should be the coach of the year. And this is why Jaylen Brown should get more consideration for being the MVP. I think he's your best 2-way player in the league right now.
Well, he'll get consideration. but he's not going to win it.
But it's been an amazing job.
It's kind of like the Warriors.
With what
They're in
it is.
consideration, but they're not going anywhere.
I mean, Jaylen Brown and Derek White. I mean, it's just a team that's...
They got P. Rabbit.
I think them along with Phoenix, that's a remarkable story. Missoula has been a remarkable head coach. I mean, they're eyeing the number 1 seed. Detroit suddenly is stubbing their toe.
Yeah, I was going to say, to me, it's Missoula or Bickerstaff at this point, but
they're limping to the finish line. That's the one thing when you're a young team, you have to realize they've gone wire to wire. They've been good. It's like you got to save some of those bullets and put them in the chamber for the end of the season. They have been so good throughout that right now they're just barely getting to the postseason, and this is when you should be putting it into overdrive. And veteran teams know this, and this is one of the things that you have to keep an eye on when you're a young basketball team like that at Detroit. Not playing well of late.
All right, 888-957-9570 is the number. Where are the Warriors to you? What do you think they're doing right now or what they're trying to accomplish? And also, you have a happy birthday note for Steph. We're happy to take it. That's Devone. My name is Evan Giddings. Paz is also in the house. Warriors This Week returns after this on 95.7 The Game.
Hey, it's Willard and Dibs for Safeway. Enjoy these amazing deals for members. And as always, save up to 20% weekly on hundreds of exclusive offers from Safeway. Just clip the highlighted deals from the weekly mailer or click the deals in the For You section of the Safeway app to breeze through checkout. This week, clip or click Signature Select Corned Beef Round Tip, just $2.99 per pound. While supplies last, limit 2 packages. Normally, we don't talk about other people's chicken, but in this case, I think we let Dan Dibley cook.
Or other people's packages, and instead we'll talk about 8 pieces of tasty fried chicken, 4 drumsticks, and 4 thighs. Just $5.99 each, available in the deli. Mix and match juicy 1-pound strawberries with 6-ounce blueberries, raspberries, or blackberries. Buy one, get one free when you buy 2.
And remember, take care of y'all's chicken. These and other great deals are available in the weekly mailer and the For You section on the Safeway app. Go to Safeway.com for more details. See you in the aisles.
AFC fans, the wait is finally over. The 2026 season kicks off Saturday, March 14th at PayPal Park at 3:30 p.m. against NWSL newcomers, Denver Summit FC. A new era begins with head coach Emma Coates leading the charge and electric new signings ready to make their mark. Plus, new supporter groups are bringing even more energy and atmosphere to match day. Be there, be loud, bring the hype. Flexible ticket options are available now at bayfc.com. Don't miss out.
This is the sound of Lucy, staying on top of her spending. You see, even though she's buying a new pair of jeans, she knows that it fits within her monthly budget. Because Wells Fargo will send an alert if her balance drops below her set amount. Yep, nothing gets past Lucy, or Wells Fargo for that matter. However you make money work, Wells Fargo can work with that.
Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.
Just hearing the word IRS can make people break out in a cold sweat. No one wants to deal with the IRS, and now you don't have to. The good news is Legal Tax Defense has been successfully negotiating with the IRS for more than 15 years. It doesn't matter how much you owe, whether it's $5,000 or $5 million. You deserve the best in the business on your side, and that is Legal Tax Defense. Even if you're working with someone else and just want a second opinion, there is no cost or obligation to call. They can prevent levies, liens, wage garnishments, even file back tax returns. And the best news about Legal Tax Defense is they won't take your case unless they know they will reduce or eliminate your tax debt. Call Legal Tax Defense right now for a free no-risk consultation. 800-265-7681. 800-265-7681. You have nothing to lose but everything to gain. 800-265-7681.
This is Larry Flick, owner of the Floor Store. This month marks our 40th anniversary. We're celebrating the best way we know how, with our biggest sale ever. Now through March 16th, everything in every store will be 30% off. That's carpet, hardwood, laminate, waterproof flooring, and much more. All 30% off. The Floor Store's 40th anniversary sale. There's just one thing. It ends Monday. Go to floorstores.com to find the nearest of our 11 showrooms from Santa Rosa to San Jose. The Floor Store, your Bay Area flooring authority.
Hey, Bay Area sports fans, get ready for game day with Laughing Monk Brewing. Whether you're watching with friends or heading out after the final whistle, Laughing Monk has the perfect beer for the moment. With locations in Sunnyvale, Scotts Valley, and Bayview in San Francisco, there's always a Monk nearby. And now, check out their newest San Francisco location in Nopa. From crisp lagers to bold IPAs, every beer is righteously brewed in San Francisco. Grab a pint, grab your crew, and make game day better at Laughing Monk Brewing. Righteously brewed in San Francisco.
Tune in to 95.7 The Game for Warriors Live, 60 minutes before tip-off. Every Warriors game throughout the season as we get ready for the action. Presented by Xfinity, your home court advantage. Brought to you by Xfinity. Watch all your favorite teams all in one place. Xfinity, imagine that.
Your home's equity. It's value you've already earned. That's already yours. But for too many homeowners, it's locked away. I'm talking about thousands of dollars just sitting there, not helping with today's needs, not helping with tomorrow's plans. That's where Unlock comes in. Unlock helps you access your equity through a home equity agreement so you can use your money for the things that matter most to you. So ask yourself this: how much can you unlock? Find out at unlock.com/home. Let's unlock yours.
Terms and conditions apply. Not all homeowners will qualify. Use home equity responsibly.
I'm Kiara Palazzolo, VP of Digital Marketing for the American Management Association, a company focused on the management training skills needed to enhance the careers of business professionals. We did our research when it came to the best companies for website development and chose AmericanEagle.com. And we couldn't be happier. AmericanEagle.com worked closely with us to understand the front and back end requirements needed to launch an e-commerce website that could handle the complexities of running thousands of seminars nationwide. Our robust new website and improved SEO saw immediate increases in site traffic and web revenue. If you're in need of managerial effectiveness and success, visit our website at amanet.org. If you're in need of a website that provides an unparalleled consumer experience, I highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Transform your business today. Dial 877-WebNow1 for a free digital consultation with AmericanEagle.com.
Edwards guarded by Payton. Edwards crossover dribble. Pounded by Payton outside. Screen by Gobert. Edwards had it stolen by Malachi Leon, who takes a big step and he dunked it down. A two-hand slam. It's 109-102.
Now back to Warriors This Week on 95.7 The Game.
There's your boy.
Kings and Leon.
Tim Roy on the call. Good breakaway. Little rip and run from the two-way.
If I was to play that clip for you at the beginning of the season, what would you think of the year?
Let's say, who is Malachi Leon?
Still a European, man. Should tell you everything you need to know about this basketball season.
He looks like one of these guys in the Big East tournament, man.
Kings and Leon. Wait, he's Danish, right?
I'm not sure.
Or from the Netherlands?
I know he came over from Oklahoma City. He's a Bradley Brave.
Oh, wow.
Yep. He is from the Netherlands. Good knowledge. 26 years young. So during the break, Dan's off to an unhinged start to begin the day. You really are a child. So you found a glove right before the first segment of the show. And during the break, since you wanted to throw the ball around, I bring out a bat that's in the boss's office, and we'll put it back. Don't worry if anybody out there listening. But you got different stances. Like, who did you model your batting stance after? Every kid goes to the plate in Little League and tries to do some sort of a, little dance, little hitch. Who were you?
I don't know that I modeled.
Who's little Dan Devone?
I don't know that I modeled it after anybody.
Danny D.
What about you?
Oh, Ichiro, easily.
Oh, really? You're up on that front foot?
No, where you step to the plate, you point the bat straight out.
Yeah.
You pop the shoulder a little bit, then you lean all the way back, and you get out of the box as fast as possible. It doesn't look as good if you're right-handed.
I was going to say, that's one of those left-handed things. Why is it that
I was like 6 years old.
Why is it that a left-hander always has a sweet swing? Like, there's good right-handed hitters, but they don't have, like, you can't apply the adjective sweet to the best right-handed hitters.
Lefties look better doing everything, I believe.
Like Will Clark had a sweet swing. Everybody from the left side.
Will Clark, Adrian Gonzalez, probably one of the sweetest left-handed swings I've seen. Robinson Cano. Trying to think of right now.
But why can't you? It's sort
Bryce
of like,
Harper.
It's like a left-hander can't shoot a right-handed layup and it looks right.
Like Devers. Devers has a nice swing. James Harden got a sweet little step back.
Is it just because they hit from the left side?
No, it's because you don't see as many lefties. So when you look at it, I just think aesthetically it pops out.
I think it's something more than that.
Like,
when you're on the right side, it looks a little cumbersome.
Pajemski, his jump shot, when it goes in, it's pretty sweet.
Speaking of baseball, Pajemski could certainly step into the box and do some damage.
White Shohei, you know his name.
Jeez.
All right, before we get to Dan's favorite piece of sound of the week, let's go to Kevin, who's in Fremont. Kevin, good morning, my man. How you doing?
Good morning. I am doing tremendous.
Thank you.
This has been going on and on and on about the Curry and whatnot, and do everything for Curry for years. I didn't agree when they were drafting the young players, but I think they are starting to realize their mistakes a little too late in terms of you needed to add veterans about 3 or 4 years ago, and then you would give Curry this quote-unquote, everybody wants to give Curry his shot. Well, you kind of bypass, and now he's getting injured, and he can't play that much. He really actually needs to be a 20 to 25-minute player, not a 30 to 35-minute player. So I would sit him down and not get him hurt anymore, and I'd let him rest the rest of this year, and you play wherever you play. But so that's first off. Let Curry just, you actually tell Curry. You don't let Curry make the decision. You actually tell Curry, we're paying you all this money, and we want you healthy for next year, at least for the start of the year. We don't know what the next year is going to bring, but we don't want you burning yourself out on this losing season. That's number one. Number two, though, and the bigger issue with this team, they want to still play, and Kerr might have to go too, because they still, even though I know he's going to stay as long as Curry stays. I get it. That's kind of an organizational decision, but we as Warrior fans might have to put up with this for another 2 or 3 years, or at least as long as Curry's here, if Kerr has to stay, because this positionless basketball, remember when this all started, the big thing I always heard was, well, the Warriors can play positionless basketball. They can switch everything. Well, take a look down through the years. This team used to have some really tall players, if you think about it, and we have gone to being the 6'5" and under league. Okay, and we're still in the NBA. They're still in the NBA playing people that have 7-footers, 6'10s, 6'9s, and it's not just 6'10, 7-footers, and 6'9s. It's all people that are athletic, and they can run up and down the court, just like Andre Iguodala used to do. So here's the deal. If the Warriors want to stick with this, they're going to have to find a way, whether it's young and you put up with it, Curry. If you want to stay here the rest of your career, you stay here the rest of your career. They got to draft whoever they can draft this end of this year. Let them rest the rest of the year. I don't care if they don't even get into the play-in game. Lose the play-in game. Do whatever you want to do. But they've got to get younger, and this positionless basketball needs to go back to people that actually are taller than 6'5", and we need to get back to 6'9". But let Curry sit out the rest of the year.
I got you, Kev. No, appreciate the call. I mean, I think it might be trending in that direction, which is unfortunate to say on his 38th birthday. But, and I think it was after, maybe it was after the loss of the Clippers. I remember being at Chase Center and feeling like that was before the Clippers had jumped them in the standings. But it was clear that Clippers are a better team, especially without Steph. Every game that they lose is one game closer to shutting down Steph Curry. That's how I felt that night. And since then, the Warriors have, I think, 2 victories. Now, one was against the Denver Nuggets. The other was, they have they had one win since then. That was the overtime win in Houston. Since then, you are 1-5 your last 6 games. And prior to that, you'd also lost to the Lakers. So the Warriors right now, 1-6 in their last 7. And like you said, Dan, they got a pretty daunting road trip coming up, especially when you're going to be sitting courtside at the Garden with Ben Stiller.
I wish. I really do.
You and Chalamet?
You know what I hear is even better is the Intuit Dome. I mean, I love the Garden, but I hear seeing a game on the floor, or at least getting into the Intuit Dome in Los Angeles, like that's where you want to be. Like, you have to remember the Garden's old. Like, it's as amazing and as iconic as the Garden is. That thing is old. But, like, there's something about new arenas, and the Intuit Dome is supposed to be with the technology and with the wall. Like, all that stuff pops, man. It really works. And there's different clubs. Like, literally, there's all sorts of different clubs that you can get access to depending on who you are and how much you paid for your ticket.
Well, what was the old club that the buses had built into the old Staples?
The Forum Club.
Forum Club?
Yeah, that was it. I told you my story, right? Oh, there we go.
You told me about the Forum.
Yeah, so I was in college, and I remember we went to the Forum Club because it's where everybody, all the pretty people in Hollywood would go. And this is when Magic was running that town.
So it was connected to the arena?
It was in the arena.
In the arena.
But after the game, they would open it up, and the players would take their showers, and they'd slowly make their way out there, and everybody would party at the Forum Club. And so we went to a Laker game, and I remember the University of Arizona rocking my K-Swisses and shorts. I'm like, we got to get into this damn thing. And so somehow I snuck in, and there was the most gorgeous blonde I've ever seen in my life. And I just went up to her. I had nothing to lose.
Margot Robbie.
Do you want to be on top? Couple of beers. Thank you very much. And I said my opening line was like, "Are you Miss America?" or something stupid like that. And she had no reason. I was some like teenage punk, and she had a conversation with me. She was sort of giggling, looking over my shoulder, and in walks Mitch Kupchak, who was the general manager of the team at the time. And it was his wife or his girlfriend. And the funny thing about this story is that years and years later, I'm in New York City, and I'm talking to a realtor because I'm trying to find a place. This buddy of mine set me up with a realtor. I'm trying to find a new place in New York. And so I'm talking to this woman who went to UCLA, and we got into sports. And she said, yeah, I used to go to Laker games. She said, I used to date Mitch Kupchak. You might have heard of him. And I'm like, oh, my God, I think I asked you on a date when I was 18 years of age. It was the same ladies. A lot of years and baggage on this woman at this point, but
well, and circle. Dan Devone, too, you know.
No, I look the same. What the hell's wrong with you?
That is pretty cool. So it sounds like the Intuit Dome, to bring it back to what we were talking about in the first place, has something similar. Like Chase has a little bit of a club like that.
I want to get into that. What's that all about?
I've never been in there. Well, after games, this is the problem, is you're usually either doing post game or you're going to lock or you're
go
going
off
to
after the game.
The media, yeah. No. Well, it's for a lot of the court sites.
But I thought at halftime.
I forget if it's called the Chase Club. It might be something a little more
courtside club, I think.
Courtside club. Okay.
And so with your ticket, is that an open bar or are you paying?
I think everything's complimentary in there.
I know the food is, right? But is the alcohol? I think it is.
Looks like ticket holders have access to it. It's all inclusive. There's food, upscale buffet, serve yourself, grab and go candy, desserts, multiple beers on tap, variety of wine. Sounds cool.
All right, we got to get in there.
Yeah, you got more pull in this town than I do.
You just took a flamethrower to the Warriors in the first 30 minutes of the show. I don't know if that's going to build us a lot of equity. Hey, strike it from the record.
Just speaking truth, baby.
I know, that's what you do. All right, let's go up to Burbank. Talk to our guy, Joe, wants to get into Steve Kerr. Joe, good morning, man. How you doing? What's up?
I'm doing well. Hi, Evan. Hi, Dan. How you guys doing?
Oh, awesome, man. Appreciate you asking.
I wanted to, yeah, you're welcome. I wanted to ask you guys your opinion on something, so bear with me. You know, the last few months I've been listening about, from different, your station mainly, about next year looking like it might be Steph's last year. And I've been listening to this for months, and I never would buy that. I don't buy that. I always figured he's going to ask for another 2 years. And so anyway, bottom line is, not only is he going to ask for 2 years, but he's going to ask for $68 to $70 million a year because he figures they'll give that to him. And so that's a lot of money for somebody that can't play back-to-backs and is going to start to miss time because of his age. And I think when he does that, it's going to put the Warriors in a real bind as far as getting better. The other thing is, yesterday Monte Poole was on one of the shows, and he said, and this confirmed what I've been thinking, he said, and he's pretty close with Steph. He talks to him a lot. He's pretty close. And he said that Steph wants to play in the 2028 Olympics, and he's going to want to keep playing so he's in decent shape when he plays that. So there's validity in that. And so what I'm trying to ask you guys is, I don't care if Steph keeps playing year after year after year, but I think sooner or later he needs to take less money so the team can start to invest in other things, other players. But you know where I'm going with this. What do you guys think of this? I mean, tell me without hanging so I can hear it.
No,
what's your opinion on?
Yeah, no, I got you, Joe. I think that's a natural thought, and where I fall on it is everything from now until the moment that Steph retires is, as far as the Warriors are concerned, I think they do owe him something. But it's on him to figure out if he actually wants to still be competitive. Because if he wants this team to be its best, I don't think you can go to the table and say, I need a max contract, and in 2 years I need to make $70 million. Now, Steph can do that, and I think the Warriors would give it to him. They might play hardball, but eventually they would give it to him. But if you're 39 years old making $70 million, are you really helping your team?
Yeah, I don't think Steph is that kind of guy to hold a team hostage.
No, and I'm not trying to frame it as him doing that, but I think there has to be some awareness that even though you're still playing when you're on the floor at a very, very high level, I think Steph, when he's played this season, has shown that he's still a top 10 player. But what we've found out is that he still needs other pieces around him, whether it's Jimmy Butler or Porzingis or whoever you want to throw. He needs someone else to help him. He can no longer be, I think, the help and carry everything. And in order to do that, you need money. And if you're taking up a massive chunk of the pie, it's not just going to make Steph, it's not just going to make the Warriors' life harder. I think it makes Steph's life harder as he moves towards retirement.
I would tell Steph this. Again, I don't think Steph is going to be the guy because he's big picture. And Steph, he makes enough money in terms of endorsements where he's not going to necessarily, obviously a lot of it is pride, but he's not, again, going to hold your feet to the fire. And he understands that in order for the team to be good, that he's going to have to come in at a team-friendly deal. But here's the conversation I'd have with him. I say, Steph, and I would have had this conversation, and you know this 2 years ago. And I would say, Steph, my man, we love you. We're with you. We're going to pay you. But we're going in a different direction. And we still want to get you some meaningful games. But the idea of us going to get Giannis or a Paul George or a Lauri Markkanen, and all the names have been bannered about over the last couple of years.
Kawhi Leonard.
Those days are done. We are looking to build for the future. Okay? We're going to go young. We want to get into the lottery. We want to get... Obviously, I don't know if you have this conversation because this is what you should have done 2 years ago, because I don't know that you can have it right now because you're stuck right now. But what you should have done is just said, hey, listen, we're going in a different direction. We'll still try and get you some meaningful basketball games, and hopefully we can squeak into a playing game or maybe advance from there. But that's where we're at as an organization. We want you along for the ride, but we need to tear this thing down to the studs. And think about this, Ev. Have you done what it is that go ahead?
Why would he want to be a part of that?
Well, then if you want to leave, you're going to have to make it. I mean, from a PR standpoint, we're going to have to make sure that people are aware that you want to go someplace else, which we understand. But that's where we're at. You got to hardline this thing. You cannot continue this way. This is a way to be not good for a very long time. If you had started to rebuild this thing just say 2 years ago, even though I was saying hit reset 3 years ago, but let's just say 2 years ago. When was it that me, you, and Grandy did a show for the NBA free agency and Chris Paul, they decided not to re-sign him? Like, oh, God bless, finally you're getting into a reset here. Had you done this 2 years ago, let's just say you got into the lottery 2 years ago and you started to tank, and you got, I don't know, you got Zach Edey, or you got Donovan Clingan.
Yeah, you'd be a lot closer.
Or you got Stephon Castle. And then last year, you got Con Knippel. You got VJ Edgeko. You got Cedric Coward. You could have got Cooper Flagg. And that to go along with Steph, that to go along with what could have been Jonathan Kuminga, and or you traded, there's his name, yeah, Jonathan Kuminga has made his way into the show.
I didn't say it.
Or you could, and that to go along with the Pajemskis and the Will Richards and these young players. Now you have the semblance of a future. Now you have something you can hang your hat on in terms of going forward. This iteration of the Golden State Warriors, this is the last thing you want. And for them to continue to hold on to, because I heard Dunleavy, I don't know if it was on our air where he said, yeah, we're going to go after guys over the offseason, of course. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You have to tear this thing down because the recovery process becomes that much faster. You're much further along. Do you think Memphis is worse off than the Golden State Warriors right now?
Yes.
Guess again. Their track to winning is a lot faster than that of the Golden State Warriors. Check back
How
with me.
so? They traded away Jaren Jackson Jr. and Desmond Bane in a calendar year.
So next year, they're going to have a lottery player, right?
Sure.
And they're going to have whatever version of John Moran is going to be John Moran. They're going to have Brandon Clark. You're going to have Ty Jerome. You're going to have Pippen. You're going to have young players. Now, granted, they're not going to be a team that's going to contend for the Western Conference, but I think they're going to be much further along than that of the Golden State Warriors in terms of a future and going forward. And that's exactly where it is that you need to be. Tanking is not bad. Tanking is something that we all need to embrace. We didn't create this. The NBA did. But tanking is how you win championships. Getting players in their mid-30s past their prime with one step in their NBA grave is not how you win in the NBA. It never has been.
No, you win with young players. But if you did what you're saying, you're asking Steph 2 years in a row to be a part of a tank.
I get it.
You're asking Draymond Green to be a part of a tank.
I would have traded him.
Well, I know. They might do it this summer. But this is also the problem.
I understand. It's odd with Steph, and there isn't an easy way out.
No, but the last 2 years, yeah, could you have gotten Stephon Castle? Sure. You also might have drafted Rob Dillingham, who was on his second team in 2 years. Might last year you've gotten Con Knippel? Sure. You also might have drafted, who's my guy out there?
Cedric Coward?
Colin Murray Boyles. I'm assuming you don't know who he is.
No.
He's a backup center for Toronto.
What number did he go?
Number 9.
Well, the Warriors are not going to, I'm just banking on the Warriors can't continue to get this wrong every lottery.
No, but that's, and I agree with you. I think that's their future strategy is to get back into the draft, and they're going to have to do it this year because their season is falling off of a cliff. I think they're going to probably lose the 9-10 game and be a lottery team. And maybe it works out that they luck into it the way that Dallas did last season. But I think looking back at the prior 2 years as missed opportunities to tank, I think that's a little revisionist history.
Not when you were saying it at the time. How can it be revisionist?
You weren't saying tank.
I was saying go the other direction. I remember.
Well, you want to get younger, but you get... Dan, seriously. Last 2 years, you wanted them to try and get a top 4 pick?
No, well, the last 2 years, I was not in on getting Jimmy Butler. Now, initially, I said that was egg in my face. Jimmy Butler made this team good. But in terms of the future, yes, I was in on draft picks and starting anew and getting much younger on this basketball team. It makes the recovery process in terms of being a relevant team, it expedites that. This prolongs purgatory. This prolongs.
Well, that's what they've done. They've tried to get into the playoffs, and what does Steve Kerr always say? Take a swing. That's what they've tried to do.
The way Steve Kerr, his thinking of I've got to lean in on veteran basketball players to get back to relevancy has never worked. But tanking has. That's all I'm saying, I guess, at the end of the day.
No, tanking gets you younger, more talented, better players. But I guess I just don't believe that this Warriors team has been one to try to tank with Steph on the team. And
okay, maybe tanking is too strong, but you sure as hell should have not got Jimmy Butler. You sure as hell should have gone younger rather than leaning in on the Al Horfords and the Jimmy Butlers and thinking that you were a player or two away from going back to an NBA championship and winning one. To me, that was always a fantasy.
Yeah, I don't think that they were a championship team either, but they're trying to play at as high of a level as possible, which last year was the second round. That's as far as they could go, and this year they've slipped into the play-in yet again. And next season, I think they're going to be in a worse position.
And I hope Steve Kerr is not a part of that. And I heard the caller before saying it's almost as though we sort of accept it. Well, Steve Kerr is going to leave when Steph Curry leaves. For God's sake, I hope that's not the case. Again, nothing against Steve Kerr. We love Steve Kerr, but this future does not, nor should it involve Steve Kerr.
Well, if we're going in your direction,
right?
If we're tanking,
exactly,
then no, I don't believe Steve Kerr should be a part of that.
They need to go in this direction.
So next season, you would prefer them to be a 15-win basketball team. That's what we're going to talk about next year.
No, I think that they should have done it the last 2 years.
They won a playoff series last year, Dan.
Doesn't matter. Fool's gold.
So if you don't win a ring, it's meaningless.
No, you want to win a ring, you're not winning a ring again my point is that leaning in on Jimmy Butler, leaning in on these players that are past their prime and in their mid-30s, first of all, it's never been a template or a recipe to winning a championship or even getting to the Western Conference Finals. And so by doing so, what it is that you've done is that you have no future. And so you're looking at the abyss for the next 7 to 8 years, as opposed to, remove the word tanking. But if I'm not focused on the Jimmy Butlers and the Giannis's and thinking I'm 1 or 2 players away, but if I'm focused on acquiring draft picks and getting younger, even through trades, if I have to discard a Draymond Green so I can elevate my draft status for this past year, or I can get a young basketball player, or even if you're out on Jonathan Kuminga and I package those two, the thought process that I wanted the Warriors to have over the last couple of years is to lean in on the youth and sacrifice winning today by leaning in on younger players. Maybe that doesn't qualify as tanking, but that to me should have been the outlook.
Well, and maybe that's what they do this offseason. We got to hit a break, though. 888-957-9570 is the number. Dan DeVoe and Evan Giddings.
I'm sure I pissed some people off. Are they calling in?
No, I actually think most people are mad at me. All right, let's get into it on the other side on 95.7 The Game.
From Carriage House to Glass Aluminum Doors, R&S Doors has a full line of commercial and residential garage doors and gates to suit anyone's taste and budget. Visit rsdoors.com. R&S Doors. Look for the red truck.
Bay FC fans, we're back. Home opener is Saturday, March 14th at 3:30 p.m. at PayPal Park versus Denver Summit FC. New coach, new signings, and new supporter groups bringing the noise. Flexible ticket options available now at bayfc.com. See you there.
All right, I need avocados, bananas, salad, steak.
Wow, does your grocery list have multiple pages?
No, but I skipped lunch, so now it's like my stomach is doing the grocery shopping. And besides, I'm earning cash back with Upside.
Upside? What's that?
Hold up, you haven't heard of it? Upside is a free app that gets you cash back when you shop at gas stations, grocery stores, and restaurants. And they added Lucky and Food Max stores, so we're pretty much covered wherever we go.
All those stores?
Yep, so not only are we getting a great deal on groceries, now we can earn cash back as well.
Okay, downloading Upside. Now let me copy your grocery list.
Great news! Lucky and Food Max are now on Upside. Download the Upside app and use the promo code SAVE9 to earn a 10% cashback bonus on your first grocery purchase. That's promo code SAVE9 for a 10% cashback bonus. Use promo code SAVE9.
Offers vary by user and location at participating merchants. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
Bay Area homeowners, when it's time to upgrade, start with quality that lasts. Marvin designs premium windows and doors, crafted for performance, durability, and beautiful design. And right here in the Bay Area, you'll find Marvin at Ashby Lumber. For generations, Ashby Lumber has helped homeowners, builders, and remodelers choose the right solutions for projects done right. Whether you're replacing a few windows or planning a full remodel, visit Ashby Lumber in Berkeley or Concord, or learn more at ashbylumber.com and ask about Marvin.
In sports, success is about team effort, and the same is true for your hair.
At Great Clips, we save your haircut details in clip notes, so every member of the highly skilled team knows exactly how to create your signature look. And with our easy-to-use app, you can check in from anywhere and get a ready next text when you're up next for a cut. It's the confidence of a great haircut delivered by a team you trust. Download our app today. Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
Visit Freeman's Appliance in Pleasant Hill March 27th through March 29th for their once-yearly red tag clearance sale. Take advantage of one-of-a-kind opportunities on floor models and factory direct pricing. Visit Freeman's Appliance red tag sale for the best time to save big on new appliances for your home.
University of Maryland Global Campus offers more than 55 flexible online certificates that provide short-term credentials and real-world skills you can use immediately. With a range of affordable undergraduate and graduate certificates in high-demand fields like business, AI, cybersecurity, data analytics, and healthcare, you can earn credentials quickly to help advance your career. Learn more at umgc.edu. That's umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
What if you had the smartest Wi-Fi? If you did, it'd be Xfinity, of course, and it'd come with their best state-of-the-art equipment. It would boost speeds to the devices that need it the most, prioritizing your most important connections, whether you were streaming, gaming, or gaming while pretending to work. And it would let you stream 4. That's right, 4 games on one screen. It would even power your mobile connection so you could bring faster, secure Wi-Fi speeds with you where you use it most. It would be proactive and fix problems before you knew you had them. Impressive, right? And it would have security features that protect you from threats at home and online. Kinda like a force field for your life. If you had the smartest Wi-Fi, well, everything would work together seamlessly to keep you connected, no matter what. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply.
Hola, amigos! Brad Evans here. Check out this booming voice and Pat Boyle on BetMGM tonight, covering the biggest sports stories from coast to coast, live and interactive on the free Odyssey app, discussing NFL offseason news and getting you ready for the madness in college hoops. BetMGM tonight with me, Brad Evans and Pat Boyle, live and interactive, Monday through Friday night, starting at 6 Eastern, presented by BetMGM. Always live on the free Odyssey app and watch on YouTube at BetMGM tonight.
In this fun, high-octave thrill ride, one man turns a deadly game show into the ultimate spectacle by outrunning the hunters and becoming the hero of a nation. The Running Man is now available. For a chance to win a copy, courtesy of Paramount Pictures, enter online at 957thegame.com.
Ever notice how your floors still look dirty, even after you mop?
Yeah, what's up with that?
Swiffer Power Mop gives you a deeper clean you can actually see.
I'm listening.
Unlike string mops, Swiffer Power Mop absorbs more dirt and locks it away, even in those hard-to-reach spots.
Like behind the toilet?
Exactly. The new micro scrubbers deliver thousands of tiny deep cleaning actions, so your floors look, smell, and feel clean.
Bye-bye, dirty floors. Hello, Swiffer Power Mop.
Try the Swiffer Power Mop. Love it or your money back.
Hi, I'm Michael from the War and Treaty. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. Only Novo Nordisk makes FDA-approved Ozempic. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5 milligram, 1 milligram, and 2 milligrams.
You're listening to 95.7 The Game, KGMZ FM in HD1 San Francisco on Odyssey Sports Station. Always live on the free Odyssey app, Twitch, and YouTube. Powered by First NorCal Credit Union. Now back to Warriors This Week on 95.7 The Game.
All right, I can help you out, Dan. I can help you. Don't worry. I'm there for you, buddy.
Help me what?
Figure this thing out. It's what I do. You know, I think through things. You blurt them out. So together, we're a great team. You and I and you.
I figured it out. I don't need help.
Wow. Oh, man.
Steve Kerr.
Oh, by the way, I do have a broadcast today, so I'll be...
Who you got?
Santa Clara, Utah Tech.
Hoops.
Baseball.
Utah Tech.
Yeah, I actually before this
Powerhouse.
before this weekend was unaware that they had a baseball team.
Yeah, never heard of them.
But they're off to a 13-4 start. They're looking pretty good. I think they play in the Big West. No, sorry, the
how's Santa Clara these days? Bruce Bochy.
Seen better days.
Not Bruce Bochy. Bruce Bhakti.
They're in the WAC. Bruce Bhakti?
Yeah.
Who's that?
Look him up. Probably the biggest kid to come out of the biggest name to come out of Santa Clara baseball.
Well, there are a couple of guys. Actually, there's one in the Giants system right now named Robert Hipwell. Plays for the San Jose Giants. He was a walks machine at Santa Clara.
I'll look it up for you.
All right. Before we get back into the callers, Dan, I actually do want to play for you this piece of sound because I thought it was pretty
Good night,
interesting.
everybody.
Good night. It's not even 10:30 in the morning.
I'm shutting it down for...
I'll meet you at La Rocca's.
This is Danabone saying, so long, everybody. That's right. I'll check out during a soundbite.
This is from Anthony
Unless it's
Slater.
Allen Iverson.
It's 16 seconds.
Unless Allen Iverson's having an issue with practice again.
16 seconds.
That I'll never get, that I'll never get back.
Anthony Slater, ESPN. Is next season the season for our birthday boy, Steph Curry?
Next season has become the season in this final Steph era. And I don't think at all they want to jeopardize that. And this is, from what I gather, an injury that, they fear if you do put him back on the court and he's not quite ready, it could, re-injure, re-aggravate.
You okay? Pasta just got in my ear during that.
Yeah, he
during
blew
that
in my
soundbite.
ear too, so I didn't hear this. So don't play it
It sounds
again.
like we need to play it again.
No,
then.
Jesus.
Okay. No, he said next season is the season. It also made it sound like they're being obviously cautious with him in terms of
Why are we
return.
playing Slater? It's like one of us talking.
What are you
think you're
talking?
going to play a coach or a player? I mean, Slater. What the hell is Slater? Slater is just like, it's like listening to you or me. The hell, I got to stop part of my day and have 16 seconds of a cohort.
Next season has become the season in this final Steph era.
You hear that? One more time.
Next season has become the season in this final Steph.
I'm going to puke.
Next season is the season, Dan. It doesn't sound like they're doing what you want to do. They're not ripping this thing down to the studs yet.
No, for Steph, I get it. And you got to do, Steph is the 800-pound gorilla in the room. How do we do this with Steph? I get it. But everybody else, it's a rebuild, baby. Say it with me. Rebuild.
How is this a rebuild?
I'll be the therapist.
Rebuild. You will not be allowed near the team, especially when it comes to psychological choices, decisions. We can't have you near them.
Well, you got to start anew. Whatever that first move is that you should have done 2 years ago, had you listened to me. But you better not go out and try and get, well, you're not getting Giannis anymore. But those sort of moves are just prolonging the inevitable. What's the inevitable? You're going to be a crappy team. And you can decide for how long. You want to be a crappy team for a couple of years? You want to be a crappy team for the next decade? You make the call.
Well, you act like they don't have all their draft picks. Okay, they'll make a pick this year. They'll do what you want to do. They'll get younger. And then next year, they'll keep their pick and they'll make the pick and you'll get another guy in here. You'll get younger. It's just these things take time, Dan.
I know, but you could have expedited this. I guess my thing is, when has it ever been proven? And this is Steve Kerr's got his fingerprints all over this damn thing and this sort of thinking. When has it ever been proven that let me go get a basketball player in his mid-30s that has a hell of a resume and put him in with my basketball players who are also in their mid-30s and we're going to win together? Like, where is that a recipe to win titles? As opposed to tearing it down and tanking. Go look at the current power structure of the NBA. Detroit, tank. OKC, tank. San Antonio, tank. Denver didn't tank, but they built through the draft when it came to Jokic and Jamal Murray. My point being is that you got to do it with your own, and they got to be younger. This idea of Steve Kerr, we're got to get players that think along, that are smart, that think like me, that are veteran players and are smart basketball players. Al Horford, what are you doing next year? Come on down. You're going to be the perfect Golden State Warrior. Holy crap, he's hurt, and it's not even April? I can't believe it. Come on, dude. What planet are you living on? I could have told you this is all inevitable.
Well, now they're going to have a lottery pick They're going to have this is actually exactly what you want.
Exactly.
You want this team to bottom out and be bad. So bring in some more old guys. Then they'll get hurt and they'll be bad just for you, Dan Devone. So we can talk about it every Saturday. All right, let's go down to San Jose. Talk to our guy, Austin. Austin, what's going on, man? Good to hear from you. Good morning.
Hey, guys. What's going on? Hey, listen, good show today. I just caught the segment about the tanking, and I think we were using the wrong word. It's really kind of preparing for the future. The Wizards right now look like crap, but if you look at next year, with the guys coming back, they actually could be a pretty good team with Trae Young, I think, and Anthony Davis and some other people, and they're going to get a pick. So Dan's right. I mean, you can get there pretty quick if you're in Memphis and you look at the Hawks now. Nobody's laughing at the Hawks. All of a sudden, the Hawks actually are better watch right now than the Warriors on most nights. So I think that's an issue. The other thing is the thing for Steph, I think, is really interesting to me. I don't know why you'd have a conversation with any player about the future of the franchise. To me, those are separate things. Remember last year we were talking about not sacrificing the future, and then I don't know what happened to that conversation where Draymond and Steph were making these profound comments about the future. I don't know why you'd be talking to current players about the future of the franchise. That they should be separate. And Dan's also correct. They need to consider tearing this down. The question is how they do it. And if you're going to try to do a transition with what they're doing now with guys that running around on the court, they're playing hard, but they're not very compelling. I don't think the fan base is very energized by what they're watching now. So at some point they have to just face the facts that, hey, Steph is still the GATE, but at the same time, you got to build a team that people want to pay for and really believe have a chance to win. The final thing I'll say is last year I think was almost an anomaly. I think that they almost got hurt by going as far as they did last year because it kind of camouflaged the fact that they were really far away. They went to the second round. They got to beat. They won a game in the playoffs. They won a series, but they really weren't as good as I think as people think. And then people come back this year and say, hey, you know what? If Steph had come back last year, we probably could have gone to the finals. I mean, I think that's where people's thinking got a little twisted. I personally don't believe that's the case. I don't think they would have beaten Minnesota. They won a championship team with Jimmy and Steph. So now all of a sudden people are thinking that they're going to somehow be able to be a championship team if everybody comes back. So I think that's kind of where I'm at, guys. I think they need to move forward in the future, find a way to gently tear it down, and let's go, man. Thanks. I'll keep listening. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it, Austin. Yeah, I mean, I think that tearing it down is something but that requires you to lose. Okay, so I think Austin's correct. Their product right now is not compelling. They're not a very fun watch. They're not a very good basketball team. That's what tanking looks like. Losing a lot of basketball games. Do people like watching the Wizards? Perhaps no. Do they like watching the Jazz? That's what it looks like. Like what they're doing right now, if they had been doing it the whole year, obviously, would have them in a position to be a potential top 4 team, or bottom 4 team, I should say. But that's what I think people, at least from what I hear from fans, I'm not saying Austin specifically, but rebuilding, getting into the draft, that requires you to stink. And every single night, you have to go out there knowing that you are probably going to lose and that fans watching are not going to enjoy your product of basketball. That's what rebuilding and tanking looks like.
Yeah.
And if you're willing to do that, then that's perfectly fine.
But I guess the issue that I have,
because I think that's where they're headed,
is that the outlook of this basketball team, what it is that you just laid out, that's happenstance. It's because they're a victim of injuries. That wasn't done purposely. So if I still think the outlook of this team, if I'm to believe Dunleavy, and as long as Steve Kerr is patrolling the sidelines, is that they still want to go after players to win right now. And I think that's what they're going to try and do over the offseason.
I think they are too. And I'm not sure how much further that's going to get them. But I also don't think that they're under this illusion that they can win a championship. And it may sound bad to some, But what they're trying to do is compete at the highest level possible. And that level continues to shrink every single year. The reality is, and we talked about it on the radio, you and I last year, that was your best chance. If you're talking about titles or competing, last year is the furthest I think that the Warriors are going to get for the remainder of how long Steph is a Golden State Warrior. That's as far as they were going to go. Because next year, Jimmy Butler's not getting any younger, and he's coming off of an ACL. If you bring back Porzingis, I can't expect him to play more than 40 or 50 games because that's what his career says he'll play. If you bring back Al Horford, same deal. But the issue is those players are better than the young guys on your team. And I know they traded a young, talented guy away.
What was his name?
Well, you're probably going to bring him up. See his line the other night?
He had a deuce?
No, I think they've won all 4 games that he's played.
You're treading lightly now, Jonathan Kuminga. Come on, man.
What?
Where's the venom for Jonathan Kuminga?
I don't have venom for the guy. The issue is you put me in a corner like I do. No, look, he's playing well. They're playing well. And like Austin said, they're a better watch than the Warriors. How about that? That'll keep people happy.
Here, I'll do it for you.
Okay.
Jonathan Kuminga is taking belt to ass on the rest of the NBA. He's taking belt to ass on Steve Kerr for right now.
Yep, that 1 point in 19 minutes.
There it is. Thank you.
It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
All right, let's go to Cam, who's in Antioch. Cam, what's up, man? This is our Cam?
What's up?
Oh, no,
Hello?
no. Different Cam. How you doing?
Can you hear me? Doing good. Y'all got it all wrong, man. That was our title to win last year. We were supposed to win that title, and we could have did it even with Steph getting hurt. You know why we didn't get that title?
Steve Kerr.
Because this coach, you know it. Jonathan Kuminga was killing in that series. He was the 5th man, 6th man coming off the bench. Podziemski was getting 35, 36 minutes above him, and he was not playing well. We got to really look at this thing. It's all about the coach. All these injuries is because of Steve Kerr running them into the ground. When we had Gee on the bench, we had Jonathan Kuminga on the bench. They were supposed to keep us afloat instead of playing all these 3 to 4 guard lineups getting killed. We have an okay team. With Steph Curry healthy, we still can win. And when Steph come back this year, we still got a chance if we play the right combinations. Draymond is cooked. He could play here and there every game or so, but no, he needs to go to the bench. Every time he goes to the bench, we start cooking. We can do this. Steve Kerr cannot come back this year. Y'all have a duty and an obligation to the fans to call it how it is. Steve Kerr cannot come back next season. We don't need to tank. We just gave away a player that could have brought us into the future. We gave away Jordan Poole, who was a prospect to bring us into the future, all because of Kerr and Draymond holding on to Steph's coattails. We really got to look at this and put it in perspective. We could have won all those years after the title. Chris Paul was closing games over J.K. That's why we was losing all those games. Kerr blew the most double-digit leads in the league in the last 3 years. It's always been this coach and his coaching philosophy. If we get rid of him, let Terry Stotts take over now so we can see if we want him as our head coach. But I know they're not going to do that. But we got to start playing. There's no reason to tank. We just had a good young player. That's not going to do anything. And did y'all hear Steph say he will come off the bench? He will be a role player. But we got to get somebody that could take over the team. J.K. gone, so we got to do it. Pods is not it. He is not it. We better not give him another contract. Well, not another contract, but we better not extend Pods. We really got to look at this thing and see what's going on.
I got you,
Y'all
Cam.
have a good day.
Yeah, thank you, man. Appreciate the call. Pods played well last night.
He's the only guy who's played well, I'd say, over the last. He's probably been their most consistent player.
Yeah, I'd say him or Melton, although Melton's been kind of in and out.
No, I don't know if he's a starter, but he's certainly part of your future.
No, but that's again, like, dude, his initial assignment was Jaden McDaniels last night. Like, Jaden McDaniels is going to guard Pods.
Pods is turning into a good player, good little player.
Yeah, I think he can
Who does that
be a
sound?
contributor.
Good little player.
Nice little player.
Yeah.
He's plucky. No, he's
Steiny's assessment of my hoop game.
Yeah. He called you the Pods of the Marina. Look, They got a lot of guys. Same honestly for someone like Melton, too, who's a guy they're going to have to make a choice on this summer.
Yeah, what are you going to do with him?
Melton?
Yeah.
I would try to bring him back.
Yeah, I think you got to bring him back. He's been good. He's good. You know what? He's a good. They don't have a lot of.
He's injury prone though, Dan.
Not this year.
What? He's coming off an ACL.
No, this year.
Yeah, but he will have missed by the end of the season,
well,
like 40 games.
I'm saying post ACL, he's proven that he's pretty injury free.
Yeah, but that's kind of the issue with his entire career. He hasn't been able to stay on the court. But I am of the belief, I think they're just in between a rock and a hard place. But what I think they're going to try to do this summer is use the pick, try and get a guy in the, teens or maybe 12, wherever they're slotted. Bring back as many of the contributors as you can. And I think Melton is one of them. Pray to God Jimmy Butler and his ACL works out, which it probably won't. And again, by this time next season, either maybe they shock some people, or the more likely reality is they continue to erode, they continue to slip, and then they do what you want and they get into the lottery. And maybe it's with Steve Kerr, maybe it's with Terry Stotts, maybe it's with, here's a name I'll throw out there. I think the Warriors and Joe Lacob they see themselves as a forward-thinking franchise, right? When was the last time an NBA team hired a college head coach?
Pitino?
When was the last? I'm honestly not sure. I'm legitimately asking. I know Pitino has been one. Not sure.
Stevens?
Well, Carlissimo. Brad Stevens. Yeah, that's a good call.
Stevens.
That's a good call.
Yeah.
I think the Warriors this summer, should Steve Kerr not be the head coach,
you want Tony Vitello's brother?
They will be looking for a college coach. They will be looking for their Brad Stevens. That's what I believe. And I think there's a couple guys out there that fit the bill, one of which, who we just saw on television, and I'm reminded of, local boy, Todd Golden. He's got Bay Area ties. He's someone that has obviously got the hardware. He's got a resume. I'm not sure if it's him specifically, but I think that kind of coach is the next one the Warriors will be looking for, whether it's this summer, next summer, whenever Steve Kerr decides and the Warriors decide that they no longer want to be together.
But I'm trying to think, has there ever been a successful coach to come out of the college ranks, aside from
Brad
Stevens? Yeah, Stevens is the outlier. Everybody else has really, really struggled.
John Beilein with the Cavs is what Pasta's whispering in my ear.
But nobody's done. Even Pitino. Pitino went to the Knicks after being a legendary. Jerry Tarkanian went to San Antonio unceremoniously after just being a machine with UNLV.
Well, it's a tough job. I mean, that's probably why Krzyzewski never wanted to do it. What? You okay?
No, we're shouting out to our friend, the podcaster,
Jeff Pearlman.
Oh, what did Pearlman?
Jerry Tarkanian knowledge. He was going to be the Lakers head coach.
Oh, interesting. You guys have this weird affinity for Pearlman, despite him slapping Pasta in the face, essentially. I mean,
I don't
backhanded him down in Southern California, and all you guys do is prop him up every time we get on these airwaves.
Oh, John Calipari. That's right.
Billy Donovan?
Oh, now that might be the guy that's been the most successful at the NBA level, not Stevens.
Yeah, I mean, he's
been doing it.
Got some playoff appearances under his belt, obviously, with OKC. He was a good coach.
I think a really good coach.
707. This is from the Boxer Gerson Work Injury Attorneys text line. It's saying Fred Hoiberg. Forgot about that. Good name. Yeah, Billy Donovan and Brad Stevens, the most recent one. Obviously, Billy Donovan. But that's the thing. He won back-to-back championships in college.
Yeah.
Made his leap to the NBA.
With Al Horford, by the way.
2005? 2006? Him? Was Corey Brewer? Joakim Noah? Yeah, they had a nice little squad. All right. Yeah, we got some time here. Let's squeeze in Coach Hall in San Diego. Coach Hall, good morning, man. What's going on? How you doing?
Hey, good morning, fellas. I'm all right. I was going to mention Billy Donovan, and Fred Hoiberg had such a bad time. He went back, and he's having a pretty good season in Nebraska, coaching his son. But
yeah, they're good.
Yeah, they're solid. As far as us though, I think what we need is already on the bench. If it's not Stotts, I would give Jerry Stackhouse a chance. You need young blood, somebody that's not going to be afraid to make these guys play defense, hold them accountable. And I just don't think Kerr is it. I get so mad knowing that we had Ryan Rollins, and now you see what LJ Cryer is doing. And I mean, he's not the end-all, be-all, but to me, he's a better defensive player than Podge and Pat Spencer. And we just have all of this young talent that we just let walk out of the door for God knows why. So even if we do get a lottery pick, I don't think a lottery pick and Steve Kerr pair well together. As long as he's the coach of this team, youth and us will not exist. It's just going to be the same revolving door of, we're just a little bit above average, but we're really, really, really bad. So I think we waited too long to trade Draymond, and I think between Draymond and Kurt, one of those or both of them have to go before we can see fresh blood. And the $1 million question is Steph Curry going to let that happen? He's loyal to a fault, and his loyalty is probably is the difference between us becoming a winning organization again or just being just above average. That's just my thoughts on it.
I got you. Appreciate the call, Coach Hall. I mean, I think Steph is pretty loyal to Klay Thompson. They ended up trading him, although that was more of a rift between Klay and the Warriors than something else. But I mean, look, this thing is moving. Thank you, possibly. We got to hit a break here, but 888-957-9570. Kind of where do you see the fans, this thing going for the rest of this season? It is Steph's 38th birthday. We heard from Anthony Slater, despite Dan's best efforts to poo-poo it, that next season is the season for Steph. What does that mean to people? At 888-957-9570. Warriors This Week, back after this.
Hey, it's Willard and Dibs for Safeway. Enjoy these amazing deals for members. And as always, save up to 20% weekly on hundreds of exclusive offers from Safeway. Just clip the highlighted deals from the weekly mailer or click the deals in the For You section of the Safeway app to breeze through checkout. This week, clip or click Signature Select Corned Beef Round Tip, just $2.99 per pound. While supplies last, limit 2 packages. Normally, we don't talk about other people's chicken, but in this case, I think we let Dan Dibley cook.
Or other people's packages, and instead, we'll talk about 8 pieces of tasty fried chicken, 4 drumsticks, and 4 thighs. Just $5.99 each, available in the deli. Mix and match juicy 1-pound strawberries with 6-ounce blueberries, raspberries, or blackberries. Buy one, get one free when you buy 2.
And remember, take care of y'all's chicken. These and other great deals are available in the weekly mailer and the For You section on the Safeway app. Go to Safeway.com for more details. See you in the aisles.
AFC fans, the wait is finally over. The 2026 season kicks off Saturday, March 14th at PayPal Park at 3:30 p.m. against NWSL newcomers, Denver Summit FC. A new era begins with head coach Emma Coates leading the charge and electric new signings ready to make their mark. Plus, new supporter groups are bringing even more energy and atmosphere to match day. Be there, be loud, bring the hype. Flexible ticket options are available now at bayfc.com. Don't miss out.
It's here. At T-Mobile, get the new Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra with Galaxy AI. Okay, we don't need the trumpets. We know it's awesome. You even get a 5-year price guarantee. And the best benefits in wireless. A kazoo? Get the new Galaxy S26 Ultra. Really? Nothing? Did I mention at T-Mobile there's no trade-in needed? Better.
Guarantee excludes taxes and fees. Applies to monthly price of on-network talk, text, and 5G data on the Beyond plan. Benefits vary by plan. May require activation and are based on included perks. Exclusions and details at T-Mobile.com.
Come on, kids. We're almost there. The map says straight ahead.
One-a-day 50-plus multivitamins are made for your overall health with nutrients to support your brain and muscle function. Because don't you want to make the most of each day? So even on the family hike, you're not just keeping the pace.
Hey, Dad, wait up.
You're one step ahead. One-a-day 50-plus. The one for you. This statement has not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Tune in to 95.7 The Game for Warriors Live, 60 minutes before tip-off. Every Warriors game throughout the season as we get ready for the action. Presented by Xfinity, your home court advantage. Brought to you by Xfinity. Watch all your favorite teams all in one place. Xfinity, imagine that.
If you owe back taxes, listen carefully to rule number 1. Never go up against the IRS alone. They're cracking down, freezing bank accounts, garnishing paychecks, canceling passports. Even your home or business could be at risk. But here's what they don't tell you. The IRS has powerful tax relief programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. That's why smart people call Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax resolution firm. Nobody knows these programs like the experts at Optima. Their team of tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $2 billion in tax debt for people just like you. The IRS is not stopping, so don't wait and don't take them on alone. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, call Optima today for a free consultation.
Call 800-627-7754. 800-627-7754. 800-627-7754.
Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Aftershock, the West Coast's largest rock, metal, and punk festival, returns to Sacramento this October with My Chemical Romance. When you're gone with what you want to know, we'll carry you. Tool. Limp Bizkit. Pierce the Veil. Plus, Suicide Boys, Queens of the Stone Age, The Offspring, A Day to Remember, Wu-Tang Clan, Sublime, Danny Elfman, Baby Metal, Public Enemy, Circa Survive, and so many more. 4 days, 135 plus bands, 5 stages. Aftershock takes over Discovery Park October 1st through 4th. My Chemical Romance, Tool, Limp Bizkit, Pierce the Veil. All 4-day, single day, and premium passes are on sale now, starting at only $1 down. Get yours at AftershockFestival.com.
Okay, class, let's begin.
Love your boots. I just sold a pair like that on eBay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it took like 2 seconds to list, and they sold almost immediately. I've been selling everything lately. Some chunky boots, a faux fur coat I never wore, and a vintage chair that was more of an expensive clothing rack.
You know, I actually bought these on eBay. Wait, are you Kitty Sell Stuff from Brooklyn?
Okay, quiet, please.
Find what you love, sell what you don't. eBay. Things people love.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done. Now back to Warriors This Week on 95.7 The Game.
Wow, dude. Wow. I don't think you're bipolar. That might be the line of the day. Some of the things that get brought up during the commercial break are just
Are you ready for the tournament, by the way? It's the only time I pay attention to college basketball. You're a big college hoop guy, right?
Yeah. There's
Although I did see the Johnnies at Madison Square Garden for the tournament, taking care of Providence.
Yeah, they also took care of Seton Hall.
They're in the finals, right?
That one hurt. Seton Hall was 8.5-point dogs.
They got UConn, I want to say, in the finals.
Lost by 10. Lost 3 bets.
Watch out for my Cats, by the way.
3 bets yesterday by combined 6 points.
Oh, that hurts.
Thanks for reminding me.
Sorry.
Now I'm down. Go rebuild the Seton Hall program.
Evan, you saw some tennis this past weekend. How was that?
Was that a left field? Oh, it was great. Yeah, that's where I was last week, and I was at Indian Wells in Southern California. Oh, yeah. It was perfect. It's really hot there right now, but it was 83 degrees on that Saturday. I mean, it was pretty hot, and I didn't eat a lot. But, dude, just watching tennis all day long, there's nothing like it.
Wow.
Got to see, didn't see all the top players, but you know what? Actually, this does fit into our show. You know who I got to see? I got to see basically like the next young core of tennis players. Number one is 19-year-old Brazilian João Fonseca, who absolutely destroyed Tommy Paul and then took the world number 2 Jannik Sinner to 2 tie breaks.
Oh, really? Sinner was there?
Everyone's there. So it would be the equivalent. You know, like the Players Championship that's going on right now for golf? It's the equivalent of that in tennis. So it's kind of like the fifth major. But all the best players come out and play. So, and then I also saw this young Filipino woman, Alex Ayala, who is, I believe, 20 years old, and she beat Coco Gauff.
Oh, wow.
Technically, Gauff had to retire, but she lost the first set before then. So I got to see, and this is where if I'm putting on my GM hat, if I'm the Warriors, I'm looking around at all these young players, all these youngins, and I'm wondering which ones could be the next. There was actually a big issue, sort of a rift during the Fonseca-Paul match, because there's a lot of very boisterous, loud Brazilians, which I think is cool. It was like a soccer atmosphere. But everyone is getting on the Brazilian fans because they're pushing this player up to be like the next big thing. And he's really good and he's really young. But you don't know. You don't know, Dan, if you go into the draft. You don't know if you go and sign these young guys. You don't know if this 19-year-old's going to be the next up. It's a crapshoot. But where I do think we have common ground as it pertains to the Golden State Warriors is that is their future. And the only way to try and rebuild a winner or build a winner is through young talent. This summer, I don't know, they might try and patchwork this thing together, but I have a hard time believing that it's going to work in a fashion that will get them further than they were last year, because I think that's the furthest that they're going to go.
Let's get some calls.
All right. 888-957-9570 is the number. Let's get out to Jimmy in Bayview. Thanks for hanging on, Jimmy. Good morning, man. What's going on?
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking my call. So, what tanking does is accelerate the rebuild process. Let's say it takes 250 losses for you to be good. So they're grouping them all. They're trying to group them all in a couple of years to accelerate the process. The last few years, we've been middling, and like the Sharks for years, overachieving. I mean, in the past, doesn't get you anywhere. It just extends the middling process. So, like right now, we're hoping to win a championship, but the reality is we're in the middle. And I mean, I'm not in favor of them, quote unquote, tanking. I just want them to stay the same. If they were 500 from here on out and got some of these young guys some time, that's what I'm happy with. I want 4 shots at these first 4 picks. Now, and everybody's talking about Steve Kerr and stuff like that, about when's this thing going to end? And I think that's going to really be pointing out. I do think Steve Kerr's going to re-sign. Is it going to be 1 or 2 years, or is he going to pull a Kevin Durant, one in coach's option? I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen, but that's really going to tell us what's happening here. And I think Joe Lacob, to a certain point, thinks they're smarter than everybody else, that we don't have to lose. We're always going to look for the playoffs. I mean, he can't read a bad hand. We've got a bad hand right now, so let's get in the lottery. It's a great draft. There's no reason not to. And the difference between a 14th pick and a 15th pick is huge, because then you have no opportunity at the first 4 picks. What do you guys think? Thanks.
Good call, Jimmy. Good call. I mean, I think that the last part's kind of interesting, because I remember reading a quote from Lacob about wanting to do something similar to one of his idols, which was, I think, Jerry Buss. And that was, it was either make the finals, 16 times in 33 years or something like that. The Lakers have been good for an extended period of time, and they themselves and their franchise haven't had a ton of lulls. And I think that's what Lacob is trying to do, right? But this is where I think the Warriors have maybe run into trouble, and that is you can't always remake the wheel, right? Last year they were trying to win a championship with 3 players at the age of 35 or older. It's never been done before. They were trying to develop, quote unquote, young players during a championship window by taking Wiseman, Kuminga, and to some extent Moody when you had a team that won a championship. It's very difficult, I believe, to do two things at the same time. And now they are trying to avoid tanking. I don't think that this is a franchise that wants to tank. But it sounds like what Jimmy's saying, and what I feel from a lot of people, Dan, is that if you decide that you want to be as competitive as possible, it's just simply going to make this a lot longer. It's going to take a lot more time than it would than if you just said, hey, Steph, we're sitting you the rest of the season. We're going to try and get into the top 12, take our chances, and we're going to try and do that the next couple of years also.
Well, you needed the foresight to do this sooner. Like the idea,
hindsight's always 20/20.
There's a reason why everybody says dynasties don't end well. You knew that. Everybody knew that. Lacob, Dunleavy. So if you're really going to be forward thinking, you got to make some tough decisions. And you should have done this a lot sooner. Now, I don't know what the hell it is you do now. It's tough because there's no off ramp. But I do know it doesn't involve Steve Kerr. And I know it does not, nor should it involve players that are already, quote-unquote, established in the NBA because you're only a player or two away because you get a healthy Jimmy Butler and Steph Curry and Draymond Green. We just need a piece.
What if they got Kawhi Leonard this summer?
No.
I'm saying what if they did? not no.
What if they did?
What if they were able to acquire Kawhi Leonard?
Well, that'll be really fun to watch. But you're not winning. You're not winning with anybody. That's the point.
Yeah, but so if you're not winning a championship, then you just should suck.
I get what it is that you're saying. So what is it that – because the other thing that we're leaving –
There's a few teams that aren't going to win a championship this year. I believe there's 29 of them.
What you're leaving out on all of this is that not only are we getting middle-aged players, but we're spending a lot of money for the likes of the Jimmy Butlers and the Draymond Greens and the Steph Currys of the world. But yeah, to your point, if you're not going to be able to go young and do what it is that I'm saying, then just, you may as well for the next year bring in a Kawhi Leonard. By the way, he's having an amazing year.
Yeah, he's having an incredible season.
He's in the MVP conversation.
It's also kind of a coincidence that could be a contract year for him, just because there might be some consequences that hit the Clippers due to their transgressions.
It's going to cost him 3 first-round picks and $30 million, according to Frank Isola and New York media.
Oh, Big Frank?
Yeah.
He's pretty well tapped in.
He's got a column out there in New York.
He's had a column for a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Kawhi's also a guy who, if you could put together, again, off this piece of sound that I won't play again, if next year is the year for Steph, then why wouldn't you try and bring in a guy or two to just give it one last go? After that, Steph's off the books, Draymond's off the books, Jimmy's off the books. You have a clean slate. What have I told you right now, Dan?
Because there's no go where. You're not winning a title with that.
Yeah, but again, is it only about winning a championship?
It should be.
Yeah, but that's not going to happen.
So then rebuild.
Okay, we'll rebuild in a year. It'll take one more season. They have the most cap space of any team in 2027. They have all of their first-round picks. They're not trading any of them. You're just going to have to be patient for one more year. How about that?
They should have done this 2 years ago, is my point. So now we're at. I get it. And now you put yourself in a corner.
Yeah, they should have fired Kerr. They should have traded Clay. They should have traded Draymond.
Yes.
Well, just bring in Steph, and that's what they should have done.
But I was saying it at the time.
Build around Pods and Kuminga and Moody. And
if you had...
That would get you places. Then you'll definitely be closer to a championship.
Where would this team be? Again...
They'd be right where they are now, which is having lost 6 of 7 games.
Yeah, but you would have a Con Knippel, or you would have a VJ Edgecombe, or you would have had a Cedric Howard. You would have had your man Zach Edey. You would have had a Donovan Clingan, or you would have had Stephon Castle.
You also might have had a James Wiseman. I'm just saying, they've been in that position before with a second overall pick, and they blew it.
I would rather them get into that situation and miss again than do what it is they're doing right now. Because, yes, there's risk involved. But that's what it is that you needed to do, because if you had those players to go along with Steph and to go along with Podziemski, to go along with Will Richard, to go along with Guy Santos, then I would look at this team today and I would say, okay, maybe you're not winning an NBA championship, but I'll go pay to go see you play, and I can see a future. Now you're only a player or two from really making some sort of noise, because the foundation of my team is now young. They're all under team control in terms of their contracts. There's not these bloated deals, And now there is something to look forward to. And that light at the end of the tunnel is not an oncoming locomotive, but rather the potential of breaking through and being a team that's going to get back to relevancy. Again, when you're doing it this way, as backwards, by the way, Dunleavy and Steve Kerr, of trying to get a Jimmy Butler, trying to get Paul George or Lauri Markkanen or Kevin Durant, not only does it never work historically, but it puts you behind the 8 ball as far as your future is concerned. It puts you behind the 8 ball in terms of your finances. And as far as going forward and providing some sort of a future, there's nothing. There's this.
You know what puts you behind the 8 ball? Blowing the second overall pick.
Agreed.
Because that player right now would be entering his prime. So if you had those picks, who's to say that you would have Con Knipple? You know, you might.
The draft was pretty deep. You would have had to gone out of your way to screw it up. Are you saying Dunleavy's that bad?
No, I'm saying they have screwed it up in the past.
I hear you, but it should not deter you from going back and doubling down and playing blackjack again.
I mean, the whole reason, I would argue, the whole reason...
get back on the horse.
No, but the whole reason that they've gone into this veteran pool is because they've failed to draft someone that they believe in or that the coach is willing to play and try and spend time with.
Well, if that's the case, get a new GM and get a new coach.
Well, you might be closer to that than people think. All right, let's go to Coach, who's in Vallejo. Coach, good morning, man. What's going on? How are you?
Hey, good morning, Dan. Good morning, Evan. How you doing? I'm glad you're taking my call. First thing I want to say is that and I'm not going to speak for everyone, but I have already made up my mind for Steve Kerr and the Warriors and Dunleavy, because I think Steve Kerr's vision of what the NBA is now is askew. The NBA is about playing above the rim. The NBA is about big men and also the reinvention of the mid-range game. If you look at the stars in the NBA, you got mid-range stars like Shea, Cade, Jaylen Brown, Halliburton, Edwards. And this is exactly what Kerr said he did not want Kuminga to do. He wanted Kuminga to be able to shoot the 3 ball and space the floor. Well, that game is no longer the big game. The Steph Curry type game is no longer the winning formula. It's with these guys like Shea and Cade and Jaylen Brown. So I think Kerr's off base there. Also, too, you know, I hate to bring it up, the point, but the Warriors are not exciting. And if you're not winning, I want you at least to be exciting. I don't see any of the Warriors doing things that I can do. I'm 70 years old now, that I can do at a younger age, okay? I could do everything Pods could do, okay? Pods is not going to make me bring my hard-earned money out to the arena. I want to see some excitement. But that mid-range game and playing above the rim is where we're at, and Kerr does not like that game. Therefore, we're stuck with what we have now. Therefore, we're not even competitive anymore. And I'll leave you guys with this. Name a guy, 6'4", that is a star in the league that does not play above the rim. And that's what you have in Podziemski. And you can't build around that. These guys are average ball players. You can see these guys at any ballpark in any neighborhood, okay? Gee, below the rim, nice player, but these guys are not stars. So I would like the Warriors to get a vision of having these guys that play above the rim and these guys that are now mastering the mid-range game. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate the call. Old school for you, Danny.
It's coming strong. I agreed with everything he had to say. Every damn word.
Bring back the big man. Bring back the post play.
But he's right about this inside-out game and living on the threes. I loved watching Ant-Man last night. You see the damage he did in the mid-post? Like, that was so beautiful. Getting that ball 20 feet from the hoop, back it down. I'm going to either spin and go to my baseline fadeaway, or I'm going to go up and under. All mid-range. And he's right about SGA. Steve Kerr, he's right. This idea of inside out, let me penetrate, break it down, kick, swing, 3, bricked it, get back on defense. The game is being played a different way, and it's passing Steve Kerr by. I couldn't agree. I agree with everything it is he had to say. Not only that, but to take it a step further, for Steve Kerr to say, yeah, we're just snake bit. You know, we got all these injuries to Al Horford, to Jimmy Butler, to Steph Curry. You're one of the oldest teams in the NBA, and you know this because I heard you talk about how you want to condense the NBA season. because 82 games is too long, because the momentum and the energy that you have to play at in today's NBA game, because it's 94 feet of hell, everybody's up and down, and the pace is so accelerated now, yet you lean in to the oldest roster in the NBA, and now that they're hurt, you're like, holy crap, how did this happen? Something's not adding up here. You know how this game's being played, Steve. It's about young legs. It's about young players. If you're going to lean in on older players, they're going to get hurt. Mid-range.
Anthony Edwards takes 9 threes a game.
His three-point shooting has accelerated this year, but he can go to mid-range and be just as lethal.
Yeah, but he can get to any spot on the floor because he's a threat from all 3 levels. The Warriors don't have...
No, I'm not saying... Listen, I agree.
Like SGA shoots 55% from the floor.
Yes, I'm not saying...
over 50.
I'm not saying you have to address the three-point. I understand. But the mid-range is also coming back, and he's absolutely right.
Well, it comes back every postseason, but it's because I think...
I disagree with you. Look at the teams that are at the top of the league right now in terms of their three-point shooting this year compared to last year, including Boston.
In terms of attempts?
Yeah.
Oh, well, the Warriors are the number 1 three-point shooting team.
I know, but I'm saying the good teams. So I'm saying teams are winning now shooting the three less than they did in previous seasons. So there is a change.
Well, Boston isn't as run and gun as they were before, but I think that's also because their team isn't as good at shooting threes. If they still had Porzingis, Horford, Holiday, I think they probably would be, and Tatum, obviously.
But look at Detroit, and look at OKC's numbers are down. Now, I know they shoot the three a lot, but statistically down from where they were a year ago. I just do think things trend in the NBA. And Ant-Man was just so fun. Who did he have? He had Peyton. Peyton was chirping last night. And he just backed Peyton down into the torture chamber in that mid post. And he did the same thing to Cryer. Here, go cry to your mom about this.
You're gonna come down Cryer's road for not being able to defend Ant? Oh, yeah. That's a cheap shot. Was that Coach? No, Dan, look, I'm not telling you that the mid-range is not coming back, but I don't want to see a bunch of DeMar DeRozans.
The three is always going to be there. But you can't be Daryl Morey.
No, but the reason why the Warriors take so many threes is because they can't generate enough good looks around the rim, I think. They can't get to the free throw line. So it just becomes a math game where if you get up enough threes and you make a certain percentage, then you're going to be able to stay in the game. I think you're right that the best teams obviously have multiple ways to score. And I think that's why the Warriors take as many threes as they do, because they don't have guys that can score from 3 levels.
Yeah, but I see it's almost like fundamentally I'll watch Podziemski break down a defense, but instead of going to that floater, I got to kick to the corner to Will Richard. And then everybody...
he's open.
Shoot the floater. That's a much more higher percentage shot. We always get into this. From 8 feet away as opposed from 25 feet away.
I mean, I guess I'd rather have Will Richard. No, I'd rather have Will Richard shooting an open 3 than Paz taking a contested floater.
Oh, I'm saying he punctures a defense, meaning he's got to step on a guy. If he's guarded, kick the thing. But if you have a step and you pass on a floater from 9 feet away and you kick to the corner for a 3 to whomever, as long as Steph Curry isn't playing, it's not a good idea to kick to any of these players for a 3-pointer.
Well, that's more of a problem with the team than I think the actual strategy. Like, if you have guys that can't make open threes, I don't know. I can't help you. All right, let's... Pasta, is this okay? Can we go to a call? All right, let's wrap this segment with Steel Toe, who's in San Mateo. What's up, Steel Toe? How you doing?
All right, fellas. Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Evan. Yeah, I kind of want to talk about something besides the past or the future. I kind of want to talk a little bit about the present right now. Tomorrow the Warriors are going to play the Knicks, and last time I checked, Jalen Brunson has no defense, right?
That's true.
And it kind of confuses me how Steve Kerr never tried to attack the weakest defender in the paint. That's why he doesn't want to. He's just not very creative. It's like you can fool us. Podziemski could look like a star if he tries to score in the paint against Jalen Brunson, Even Melton could look like a star if he was only defended by Jalen Brunson. Things like that. Like last night, Anthony Edwards, he's great in offense, but he's never challenged on defense. And he was always rested while he's playing defense, and he has so much offensive energy. Because Steve Kerr got no imagination. It's like, come on, Will Richard could score on Jalen Brunson in the paint. Even Pat Spencer. You know what I mean? I'm like, come on. Attack Jalen Brunson tomorrow. Find the smallest guy. This is simple, basic basketball and taught in high school. You know, that's what I'm saying, man. Can you make tomorrow look a little bit more exciting? I'm not expecting you to win. Can somebody score 20 points on Jalen Brunson? Last time I checked, Karl Anthony Towns, he's soft. He doesn't play defense. How about you score on him? All right. Thanks a lot, guys.
Appreciate it, Steel Toe. All right, tomorrow.
Hell yeah, Steel Toe.
I want to.
I don't know what
Jimmy
the hell
Butler.
it is you're drinking or eating for breakfast, but God bless you.
Tomorrow, I want LJ Cryer just to call out Jalen Brunson 10 straight possessions.
It's really
Let's
fun
go
to see
on.
LJ tonight.
By the way, I think Brunson leads the league in charges taken.
Is that right?
That's how he gets around. Yeah, he's a quicker defender than you think. Smarter.
More than Pods?
More than Pods.
Jalen who? Jalen Brunson.
That's a good one, Pasta. All right. 888-957-9570 is the number.
Is Mitch on the horn?
He's on the horn.
Oh, yeah.
We'll get to him on the other side. How about
All
that? Also, I see Scotty and Berkeley, our favorite. We'll roll out the red carpet, and you and I can go take a break for 5 minutes.
We got Mitch and Scotty. I'm out of here.
Where'd he go? Mitch dropped. Call back, Mitch. On the other side, we got an hour left on 95.7 The Game.
So, how's your research going?
Surprising. After I figured out the top-rated TVs in our price range, I went shopping for deals.
And who's the best?
It wasn't the internet, and it wasn't the warehouse club.
But?
It was video only. They had better deals on the Samsung, LG, and the Sony TVs that got the highest scores.
Better than online and at the club?
I know. Video only beat them all. And now we can afford an even better model for the same price. My research really paid off.
If we buy it video only.
Exactly. Otherwise, we'll be sorry.
At Video Only, you won't find huge stores with refrigerators or microwaves, but you will find the best deals on top-rated TVs, soundbars, and monitors. Shop around. Just make sure you visit Video Only, because if you don't,
you'll be sorry.
In Mountain View, San Mateo, Union City, Dublin, and San Rafael. Video Only.
Bay FC fans, we're back. Home opener is Saturday, March 14th at 3:30 p.m. at PayPal Park versus Denver Summit FC. New coach, new signings, and new supporter groups bringing the noise. Flexible ticket options available now at bayfc.com. See you there.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Xfinity Tech Support, Matthew speaking.
Hi, I live in a pretty remote place, like Jurassic Park remote. Oh!
Wow.
Will Xfinity Mobile work out here?
Yep, the combination of reliable Wi-Fi and 5G makes it so that you can stay connected in all kinds of places. Plus, you get access to ultra-fast speeds and coverage, whether you're poolside or out live streaming with a T-Rex.
Hold still, you're about to go viral.
Welcome to a new era of Wi-Fi boosted mobile. Cut your mobile bill in half with 2 lines of unlimited. Learn more at xfinitymobile.com. Xfinity, imagine that. Watch Jurassic Park with Xfinity. Restrictions apply. Xfinity Internet required. Savings comparison based on promotional rate for 2 lines of Xfinity Mobile Unlimited versus 2 lines of T-Mobile Experience More, Verizon Unlimited Plus, and AT&T Starter as of February 10th, 2026. Taxes, fees, extra.
Hi, I'm David.
I'm Chris.
And I'm John. We are the three brothers who own Jack's Restaurant and Bar. And we are here to... Not again. That's my line.
That was my line.
Hey, stop it.
Mom? What are you doing here?
Have you heard your commercials? They're terrible.
That's not our fault. You taught us how to cook delicious food.
Using only the freshest ingredients.
And to treat all our guests like family visiting our home. But you didn't teach us how to write catchy radio spots.
They remember that and get back to work.
Yes, Mom. Jack's, serving delicious breakfast, lunch, dinner, and drinks the way our mom taught us.
ILoveJax.com.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
In this fun, high-octave thrill ride, one man turns a deadly game show into the ultimate spectacle by outrunning the hunters and becoming the hero of a nation. The Running Man is now available. For a chance to win a copy, courtesy of Paramount Pictures, enter online at 957thegame.com.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider. 800-700-6898. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-700-6898. That's 800-700-6898. For $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-700-6898. 800-700-6898.
T-Mobile has an exclusive bundle for customers 55 and up.
I'm Sarah Bowl.
Yeah, I'm Frank Bowl.
A reliable network is key for us. And with T-Mobile, it's been wonderful. And going to the 55 plus plan saved us so much money.
A lot.
And that's important. Trying to keep costs down. The home internet's been perfect. It's fast, it's quick. The setup was so easy, it took less than 15 minutes.
It was like, If you want simplicity, coverage, reliability, you want the whole package, T-Mobile has it. Right now, T-Mobile customers 55 and up can get 2 phone lines on America's best network, plus America's fastest 5G home internet for just $30 each.
$30 per month each line with autopay plus taxes and fees. Minimum age 55. Pricing for home internet rely on 2 lines of Essentials Choice 55. $35 connection charge per line required. Best mobile network and fastest 5G home internet based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence Data 2H 2025. All rights reserved.
You're listening to 95.7 The Game, KGMZ FM in HD1 San Francisco on Odyssey Sports Station. Always live on the free Odyssey app, Twitch, and YouTube. Powered by First NorCal Credit Union. Now back to Warriors This Week on 95.7 The Game.
Yeah, it's one of the beautiful, but also sometimes a little tough parts about being downtown in such a bustling area. I didn't realize that we got the St. Patty's Day parade coming down the block. Right there on Market Street, Dano.
Going out for St. Patty's Day?
Oh, I hate it.
Well, I got to drive down to Santa Clara because I got a baseball broadcast, but I'll probably go out somewhere and have a Guinness later.
Nice. So what time is the first pitch?
1 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'll be all right. But if you
Hi again, everybody, and welcome.
If you were going to send
Bronco, what is it called?
Well, the Santa Clara Broncos.
No, what's the stadium called?
Stephen Schott Stadium.
Stephen Schott. Hey, Pasta, let's pretend we're doing the play-by-play. Hi again, everybody, and welcome to Stephen Schott Stadium, where today it's the Santa Clara Broncos taking on the Utah Tech coconuts.
Oh, Evan, it is a beautiful day out here in Santa Clara. I love the name of the stadium. It's Steven, named after Steven. Gotta love it. Not me, but Steven.
Steven Schott.
Evan, I can't wait for baseball today. It's going to be such a good game. Your calls have been so fantastic. I'm looking forward to calling this one with you today.
Well, that'll do it for us. Let's turn things over down to the voice of the Broncos. Here he is once again. Evan, there is not a gig in this country or in the Bay Area that I'll turn down Giddings.
That is true. Yeah, the Utah Tech Trailblazers.
The Trailblazers.
13-4 this year, coming off a Friday night walloping of the Broncos, 8-1. Absolutely dominant. The reigning WAC, a.k.a. the WAC. They call it the WAC, Dan. Not its WAC, but WAC, Western Athletic Conference.
And then a big moment in the game happens, and what does Evan say?
Wow. Oh. Wow. The context of that
is that the signature?
No, that was after a game-tying home run in which...
Oh, where you couldn't crush your burrito?
It hit me in the moment that I was
gonna hang out
that
here?
I was not going to be able to make the closing time of the restaurant that I really wanted to get to. And so while the opposing team was spilling out of the dugout with the most excitement probably on their faces all season, I was in the broadcast booth thinking, wow. Yeah. All right, let's go.
Let's go, San Francisco.
Shout out, Lori. I'm not sure we want to go there. One of his guys stepped in it. All right, let's go to Mojo, who's in Castro Valley, wants to talk about the Dubs. What's up, Mojo? Good morning, man. How are you? Mojo, going once. Mojo, going twice.
Man, that's never happened. Mojo, what the hell's wrong with you?
There's a great song by Kid Cudi called Mojo So Dope. I think you'd love it. I don't know if it's my song of the week this week, but...
I was listening to some old Eminem because he's the greatest rapper of all time. He is. Are you laughing at that?
No, he is a great rapper.
He's the greatest rapper of all time. On every metric.
Oh, Jesus.
Snoop would even admit that. In terms of awards.
Snoop's high right now. I'm not
in terms
high right now.
Of albums sold, it starts and ends with Eminem.
Okay, are the Beatles the greatest band of all time?
Nah, I'm not into the Beatles.
But by that metric, they would be the greatest band that ever lived.
So Eminem had this line. I was thinking of Steve Kerr.
He's had many lines.
I think was it Without Me? Or you're not an Eminem guy.
He's not afraid.
No, I like Eminem.
He's not afraid.
I like Eminem.
So
Without not
Me,
as much
he has
as you.
that one line that he just replaced Moby for Steve Kerr. You're too old. Let it go. Put it down. Techno's done.
What song was that?
I think it's Without Me.
Oh, I was going to say that doesn't sound like one of his best ones. No, I like Old M. What's the?
He just came out with something that's just.
And see, that's the problem.
No, he's still.
You cannot.
He's still delivering. Are you kidding me? What's the latest? Will you play the latest Eminem song?
Hold on. This might be the most hypocritical moment in our relationship. So, you, who want the Warriors to unplug everything and start from the ground up with a bunch of new, young, fresh faces, are telling me that Eminem, past the age of 50, is still making great music.
He's not 50.
He's got to be.
53.
Jeez, it looks amazing.
It doesn't sound amazing.
Really? You got to be kidding me. He has not lost it, man.
No, Marshall Mathers is one of the greatest albums ever. But Marshall Mathers right now, at age 53...
still delivering.
He's Jimmy Butler.
Can you play his latest song, please?
No, please
Austin,
don't.
I'm serious. But you got to play the lyrics because he's all about spitting.
If I play the lyrics, will we get fined
trust me,
by
no.
the SEC?
No.
Okay, well, Pasta's going to go find that. Let's go to Scott in Berkeley because, hey, Scott, can you spit something for us? We're talking about Eminem and the Warriors, and help us out.
Oh no, I'm way too old to be spitting lyrics. So, good morning, fellas.
What's up?
Not much. The thing with everybody talking about tanking, I don't think they quite understand what that entails because I go back and I go back and the intent of the process when Hinkie went to it was they wanted to avoid being in the middle. The Sixers wanted to avoid being good enough to make the playoffs, but not being good enough to go deep. So that's why they did it. To me, it didn't work because essentially what the Sixers are now is a team that is good enough to make the playoffs, not good enough to make the finals. It's in a way that I think if we accuse the Warriors of getting into a slow tank, they're probably doing it better, or at least in not such a way to offend the league as the way that, say, Utah or Washington has been doing it, which may be good because I'll put it this way. I can count 4 occasions where I think the league rewarded teams for either bad luck or disasters in the middle of the season. Last year, for example, obviously. You could go back 94-95 when Chris Webber and Nelly fell out and the Warriors ended up with the one that year. Obviously the first lottery, and there's at least one other time I can think of, or two, LeBron and probably Kyrie in 2011. But again, it's just not. The Warriors probably might have an advantage going in because the league may surreptitiously reward them for at least being out there, but having the kind of injuries that they've had. So, again, part of the problem in watching this team is we have to understand this team was built on its shooting, and not just shooting. The idea that they could play pinball basketball, they could trade 3 for 2s. So sitting up here and saying what's happened and complaining about it consistently, we have to take it from the perspective this isn't that team anymore. We have to. They have to find somebody new. Maybe the league bails them out in some surreptitious manner. That's my point, for the day. And I'll try not to take up 5 minutes the next time.
No, you're all good, Scott. I'm just messing with you. Appreciate the call.
Where's Scotty at the farmer's market today? Where was he?
He's not the one who walks the dog, is he?
No.
I don't know, Scott. Maybe Berkeley Bowl. You ever been over there?
Where's that?
In Berkeley.
What do you think?
All right, let's go to Mojo. Mojo's back, who's in Castro Valley. Mojo, thanks for calling back, man. What's going on? Good morning.
Yo, man, what's happening, man? Light my fire, man. Hey, so I don't know. Do you guys remember I called in probably about maybe 2 months ago? I was talking about how Kuminga was our only athletic player that could go to the basket and dunk and do all this stuff. That's kind of the point now, like the callers from before. We don't have anybody that can drive to the basket consistently and make shots. Pods tries, but he's always out of control, and they always, like you said, they always want to kick it out to the three-pointer. And honestly, man, the Warriors are in big trouble, man. Think about the schedule coming up. We're playing the Knicks tomorrow. Then Monday, I think we play back-to-back. We play Washington. So we might be able to win that game. Then they play the Celtics Wednesday. They play Detroit on Friday. And then they play Atlanta. Oh, boy, Kuminga's coming back. So if you're thinking about it, we're really going to be probably, 30, 33, and 38 after this road trip. So the Warriors, the window's kind of closed, man. Even if Curry was in there, they're just not good enough anymore, man. Curry's still good, but he's too old. Horford's good, but he always gets hurt, too. And then Porzingis, that was really a horrible trade, man. Kuminga, I heard that in Atlanta they were chanting, "Thank you, Warriors. Thank you, Warriors," because he's already had, a 27-point game, almost 10 rebounds and 7 assists, and then he had a 17-point game, and I don't know. He's doing really good. So the point being is we had a good young athletic player that we could have built the future around, but for whatever reason, Kerr, I don't know what it is with Kerr. He used to be a good coach. He's not, in my opinion, he's not a very good coach anymore. He makes really bad decisions all the time. And this whole thing with Kuminga, that he just had him in the doghouse for all these years, it's a proven fact the kid can play basketball. And everybody wants to complain that we don't have a good team. Well, we had a good young player to build around. Richardson's okay. Really, their good player that he doesn't play very much is Peyton II. I know maybe he's afraid he's going to get injured because the poor kid does get injured a lot. But he's really good, and he needs to play 35 minutes a game, but he always seems to take him out. And I just don't get it, guys. So yeah, I think our window's closed even next year, even when Jimmy Buckets comes back, even if they sign Porzingis, because they're just too old. I think we would have had a shot. Honestly, we would have kept Kuminga, but we didn't. And like I said before, and I think the Mojo Rising is right. You watch, Kuminga's going to go on to be a very good player. Maybe one day a star in this league and maybe make the All-Star game. And now we got old man Porzingis. Well, he's good if he plays, but he hardly ever plays. And he really did. What did he do last night?
Yeah. No, I got you, Mojo. Point taken. Point taken. Yeah, I mean, well, this is his best game so far. I think he and Kuminga both played 4 games, but Kuminga's 4-0 and Porzingis is 0-4. Yeah, that trade is.
Play GP2 35 minutes a night.
Oh, I thought he said Will Richard.
No.
GP2?
Yeah.
I don't think he. Do you think he can play 35 minutes?
He did say GP2. Were any of us paying attention to that?
He did say GP2.
Thank you.
Well,
do you have the new Eminem song?
Yes.
Go ahead. All right. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say it sounded like you wanted to.
The last 2 callers bored the hell out of me.
Cut him off while he was ahead. Well, don't talk to Mojo and Scott like that.
Scott? You like Scott?
I love Scott. Scott was a little. Yeah, I was yawning for Scott today.
Scott's usually, man.
Scott usually comes. Well, I need lyrics.
Is this the clean version?
No, this is not good. I don't like this.
This is your king.
This is not the song I'm talking about.
This is your king.
This is not what I'm talking about. Pasta, this is not. Get rid of this.
That beat's kind of groovy, though.
It's not it. That's not the song I'm talking about.
No, look, Marshall Mathers he's a great MC.
Just because it didn't fit your narrative, Dan.
Pasta from the top rope.
Is
Thank
that
you, man.
Jan?
No, I'm looking at right now. You know what I'm actually looking at? I'm looking at the amount of 3-pointers taken by the best teams in basketball. And you are right that it appears the majority of the best teams are kind of in the middle. The 3-pointer is a weapon, but they're not dependent on it. And actually, if you go look at the Warriors, I mean, they've always been, towards the top of the charts. But I just went back to 2022, the last year they won a championship. They were top 3, but they were taking less than 40 threes a game. Now they're taking over 45 threes a game. And to me, that's almost that's an admission that you don't have anything else. And I think that's what, everyone liked to say back in the day, the Warriors were a jump shooting team and jump shooting teams can't win championships. This is a jump shooting team. This is a team that is solely reliant on 3-point shooting, and they're not.
But you don't have to.
They're not exquisite.
I guess what's frustrating is what you're saying is, I get it, and it makes sense. But you don't. It's okay is what it is that I would say if I was Steve Kerr, if Podziemski wants that floater, or if DeAnthony Melton wants to pull up, you don't have to kick to the 3. You don't have to play.
Pissed off Mojo, Dan. He called back.
Oh, no. What he said?
Is
he on right now?
I think a lot of people got to realize that Dan he's all bark. He's no bite.
I was told to tell you this, and it said Mojo said this, but he didn't appreciate that you called him boring, and he said that you didn't know basketball.
So. Come on, man. Easy, Mojo. But Dan, you got to take it easy on the people, right? He's going to call back.
Mojo's been stronger before. I'm just saying, and so
he had a good
Scott.
take.
I love Scott.
You liked his Kuminga take, and then he ruined it with the GP2 thing.
Yeah, he wants GP2 for 35 minutes.
Yeah, because he's an athlete.
He lost me.
He's the best athlete on the Warriors right now.
Mojo,
Gary Payne the second.
Mojo, I love you, but today was not one of your stronger moments.
Yeah, just don't be an ass and be like, yeah, it's not Mojo rising, it's Mojo falling.
First of all,
Don't be an. That's my dad.
Don't go there.
All right, let's go to Matt, who's in San Francisco.
Just give me somebody I can roll. Where's Mitch, for crying out loud?
Call back, Mitch.
That's 2 weeks in a row now that he's disappeared.
Well, we weren't here last week. Let's go to Matt in San Francisco. What's up, Matt?
Hey, guys. I just want to throw out a positive memory in this current downturn for the Warriors. You guys see the Bulls game in the fourth quarter? Man, Santos had this one play that I don't think I've ever seen Olajuwon do something like that, where he ended up reversing it, and I was just like, man, that is a crazy move. And the Santos story, man, he's been a real bright spot. Despite, I agree with some of the previous callers. I don't know, Porzingis deal. It's just, I don't know. We had a lot of expectations, but it looks like they're not going to get met. But with Santos is a great story, and I do think that, Kerr, it would have been nice if we had gotten somebody kind of like Butler who can get us to the line. I was really hoping they'd get either DeRozan or maybe Destamnu and Vucevic. And I'm still kind of wondering about the I want to get you guys take the TJD trade. I don't really understand that. Can you guys explain that to me?
It made no sense. The worst trade in the history of the Golden State Warriors. I'm right there with you.
That's a great call, Matt. You really riled up Devone now. Has he played, by the way, since that first game?
I don't think he's getting any runs.
Has he played since that first game? By the way, the Raptors...
They're playing well.
No, they're not.
Oh, they won the other night.
Yeah, they won last night, but they lost like 6 of 10.
You see what's happened to the East? All of a sudden, it's not that bad. Suddenly, you got Cleveland. This is going to be a difficult out. All of a sudden, you know who's reared their head? Not only is it Boston with Tatum, but here come the Orlando Magic. The Orlando Magic.
Yeah, they're playing well. So are the Heat. Both teams in Florida. What'd you make of Bam's 83?
I didn't have issue with it. I do have issue with it.
If you want to tank, then you will be giving up 83-point games just the way that the Wizards did.
The Lizards are not even an NBA team. That's a G League team.
What did you see on the Chase Center floor last night?
It's better than the Lizards.
Well, we're going to find out in a couple of days. They play each other.
Aptitude versus ineptitude.
Yeah, I mean, yes, the Warriors are better than the Wizards. What are we talking about here?
Did you have an issue with that?
No, I thought it was great.
Yeah.
Score as many points as you want. By the way, like the fourth quarter was just hilarious.
Oh, God.
They were triple teaming him. He was putting up Spo fouling with 5 minutes left to try and get his guy as many points as possible, and then coming out the next day and saying, I apologize to absolutely no one.
Beautiful.
I loved it. Yeah, break the game. By the way, so they're like what I believe now, since they basically tried to do that, I do think there's going to be some guys that are going to go for Washington because they think they can score 83.
Go for Washington? Oh, go after them.
The fact that Bam Adebayo now sits as the second all-time single-game points leader is going to empower a lot of people who believe that they're better than Bam Adebayo.
It doesn't have to be Washington. You can do it against Sacramento. You can do it against Utah. There's some bad teams out there.
You can't. Scoring 8, that is
I'm just saying,
many points.
I don't know. You know what it is? It's just a product of where we're at when it comes to everybody has an opinion, and we always have to tear people down. It's because of shows like this. Everybody has sports talk radio in every market, podcasters, YouTubers. Everybody needs material. You need material. You need a rundown. And so when somebody logs on to something like that, we're like, yeah, let's just go after Bam Adebayo. Everybody. Will Chamberlain, you know, with those 100, when he began to sniff 100, the same thing happened to a lesser degree, but back in the day, there was just, this stuff happens.
Well, it doesn't happen very often, but that's why I think, am I celebrating Bam Adebayo as the second greatest scorer of all time? No. But I don't get why there was...
For a single season game, you are.
Well, no, he is. I mean, that's just a fact.
Sure.
But why the need to just hate? All these people out there that don't like it. I think you're haters. I think you're haters. Because your favorite player couldn't score 83 points. Steph Curry's never scored 83. Klay Thompson, I guess, had a chance, but Kerr took him out.
What did someone say?
Devin Booker tried to go for 80 in a loss. I think it was at Boston. They were just force-feeding him the ball down the stretch. This was a couple of years ago. He couldn't get 80.
Someone said that, so John Cena, legend WWE John Cena, yeah.
Can't see me.
He did something with the Make-A-Wish Foundation kids. Right? Does it get any better than that? Does it get any more philanthropic than that? He did something with the Make-A-Wish Foundation kids that are battling cancer. And he put it up on his Instagram page. Over 175 people put dislike. They disliked it.
What is wrong with society?
Well, to your point, haters are going to hate.
Yeah.
How do you even defend or why would you even pay attention to that?
Why? I don't know, man.
Oh, no.
I mean, I can definitely look at the other side of the coin, but there are some things that I just don't understand in this world. That's one of them. All right, so who's going to score 83 on the Warriors during this road trip?
You mean collectively?
No. Is it going to be Brunson? Well, apparently they just pick on Brunson all game. I forget who called in earlier.
Brunson?
Jalen Brunson?
Brunson.
Jimmy Butler.
Oh, let's do this. We haven't done this in a while because I know we haven't done predictions in a while, Dan.
Are we running out of things to say? Is that where I'm getting?
No, we have a couple minutes left, and then I gotta skedaddle. So Sunday, tomorrow, they get the Knicks. Monday, Washington. Wednesday,
well, all I want to know is,
Boston.
do they beat the
Friday,
Lizards?
Detroit. 4 games, what do they do?
Well, that brings me to the question of the day. And I mean this in all seriousness. Do they beat the Lizards?
Yes.
You sure?
Yes.
Okay. Let's revisit this.
Let's put a pop on it.
Let's revisit this next week.
Second game of a back-to-back. I think they can take Washington as currently constructed.
I don't know.
Washington doesn't want to win. Washington is one of those
Let's say
teams.
the Wizards beat somebody.
Dude, the Wizards are trying so hard to lose. It's not even funny.
You know how we talked about
if there was a good player out there that they could sign, they would say no. They've lost 10 games in a row. You think they're going to win? You think they're going to beat the Warriors? They're not worse than the Pacers. They've lost 12. Dude, all right. If the Warriors lose to the Lizards, dinner on me.
Really? I wouldn't do that to you, but okay.
Well, what are you
Washington Generals?
What are you going to give me?
Let's do cocktails. Dinner's
all right.
Because I don't.
Well, you're picky though.
I don't eat like other people.
What are you talking about? You don't chew?
No, I just.
You don't use a fork and knife?
So what's dinner? Were you going to take me to go get a burger and fries? I don't eat that crap.
No, but if it was grass-fed, if it was a salmon burger, then Dan would be all in on it.
The Kobe beef?
No, I was going to say we could go get some poke or something.
Oh, all right. I'm on. I'm in.
Yeah, text line. Best poke spots in the city.
By the way, you know how that West is so, like there's one game. They all have the same. So what is it, 2 through 6 or 2 through 5? They all essentially, there's one game separating everybody out there in the West.
Mm-hmm.
So the postseason is just hanging in the balance for all those teams. You know what's going to be the trump card in all of this. It's going to disrupt everything. It's going to be one of these lottery teams. It's going to be a Utah. It's going to be a Washington. It's going to be a Sacramento. It's going to be somebody that's going to trip up the Lakers or Denver or somebody like that in Minnesota that's going to screw the whole thing up.
Well, Denver had been stumbling, and I think they had a really bad loss. Well, it was to the Knicks. They lost by 40. Oh, yeah, the Warriors. They lost to the Warriors.
How about the Lakers? As much grief as we give that team, you would think that they're
in fourth place right now. They're the 4th seed right now, tied for the 3rd.
By the way, I like JJ Redick. I'm fully on board with that.
Yeah, I know you would.
Well, he's chewing out Luka.
Yeah, good luck with that. I don't mean nothing.
He's not afraid.
Be as loudmouth as you want. It's not going to get Doncic to play defense. Reeves ain't locking anybody up.
But he's not afraid to get into people's. He's not afraid to confront people. Same with Spo.
Do not put them in the same class. Spo's actually a real coach.
Oh, no.
JJ Redick's fine.
No, JJ Redick is nowhere near Spo. Spo's a legend.
Are you saying that because I'm inexperienced?
Yes, I am. I'm also saying it because it's all about the optics.
That's a weird assumption.
It's all about the optics with JJ Redick. He wants to come on, be professional. All right.
Am I taking calls from here on out?
Yeah, you got duck sauce lined up for you on the other side. 888-957-9570. Calls with Dan Devone and Pasta Pomodoro coming up.
Me, you, and the Kahuna.
On 95.7. The game.
Are you curious about who offers the best deals on top-rated Samsung, LG, and Sony TVs? The answer is surprising. It's not online, and it's not the warehouse clubs. The best deals on top-rated TVs are at Video Only. Don't believe it? Then check out the trade-in deals at Video Only. How about $500 for your old TV? Try doing that online. Before you buy that new TV, drop into Video Only. If you don't, you'll be sorry.
Bay FC fans, the wait is finally over. The 2026 season kicks off Saturday, March 14th at PayPal Park at 3:30 p.m. against NWSL newcomers, Denver Summit FC. A new era begins with head coach Emma Coates leading the charge and electric new signings ready to make their mark. Plus, new supporter groups are bringing even more energy and atmosphere to match day. Be there, be loud, bring the hype. Flexible ticket options are available now at bayfc.com. Don't miss out.
It's here. At T-Mobile, get the new Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra with Galaxy AI. Okay, we don't need the trumpets. We know it's awesome. You even get a 5-year price guarantee. And the best benefits in wireless. A kazoo? Get the new Galaxy S26 Ultra. Really? Nothing? Did I mention at T-Mobile there's no trade-in needed? Better.
Guarantee excludes taxes and fees. Applies to monthly price of on-network talk, text, and 5G data on the Beyond plan. Benefits vary by plan. May require activation and are based on included perks. Exclusions and details at T-Mobile.com.
We've all been there. Sleepless nights, wondering if your business's security service is really protecting what matters. At Bay Alarm, we can put your security insecurities to bed. Our advanced technology and personalized support ensure you can rest easy knowing we're here for you. BayAlarm.com.
All right, I need avocados, bananas, salad, steak.
Wow, does your grocery list have multiple pages?
No, but I skipped lunch, so now it's like my stomach is doing the grocery shopping. And besides, I'm earning cash back with Upside.
Upside? What's that?
Hold up, you haven't heard of it? Upside is a free app that gets you cash back when you shop at gas stations, grocery stores, and restaurants. And they added Lucky and Food Max stores, so we're pretty much covered wherever we go.
All those stores?
Yep, so not only are we getting a great deal on groceries, now we can earn cash back as well.
Okay, downloading Upside. Now let me copy your grocery list.
Great news! Lucky and Food Max are now on Upside. Download the Upside app and use the promo code SAVE9 to earn a 10% cashback bonus on your first grocery purchase. That's promo code SAVE9 for a 10% cashback bonus. Use promo code SAVE9.
Offers vary by user and location at participating merchants. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
Wesley is a truck driver.
I drive a truck, and I love what I do.
A truck driver with IRS troubles.
They told me I owed them $43,000.
It got really bad.
Quite a few letters in the mail. They were talking about wage garnishment, coming after my house, my car. Yeah, they don't play around. I seriously thought that I was going to lose everything.
One sleepless night, Wesley finally made a call to Optima Tax Relief at 2 a.m.
Kind of figured I'd get a machine, but I didn't. I actually got to talk to an actual person in the middle of the night.
He found just what he was looking for.
Oh, they were great people. You need a team of people that know what they're doing. Optima Tax, they know what they're doing.
Optima Tax Relief came through with flying colors.
I saved an incredible amount of money. Happy don't even come close. I was absolutely overjoyed.
Take Wesley's advice.
If you're in any kind of trouble with the IRS, call Optima Tax Relief. Don't trust anybody else.
Call Optima for a free consultation. Call 800-708-5977. 800-708-5977. 800-708-5977. Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
All guests on 95.7 The Game appear on the River Islands guest line.
Dub Nation, this is Jimmy Butler, and you never know when I'll be on the River Islands guest line.
Dub Nation, this is Stephen Curry, and you never know when I'll be on the River Islands guest line. So make sure to keep it locked on 95.7 The Game.
River Islands in Lathrop is the best-selling master plan community in all of Northern California. With its lakes, parks, trails, and collection of new home neighborhoods, the good life can be your life. Isn't it time for you to discover the islands?
In sports, success is about team effort, and the same is true for your hair. At Great Clips, we save your haircut details in clip notes, so every member of the highly skilled team knows exactly how to create your signature look. And with our easy-to-use app, you can check in from anywhere and get a ready next text when you're up next for a cut. It's the confidence of a great haircut delivered by a team you trust. Download our app today. Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Happy Lunar New Year! Are you looking for a fun, festive, free event for friends and family of all ages? The Chinese Historical and Cultural Project and History Park San Jose invite you to the Lunar New Year of the Fire Horse Festival on Saturday, March 14th, 2026 from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. at History Park San Jose. Watch lion and dragon dances, as well as other cultural dances and musicians, martial arts demonstrations, and a master calligrapher at work while kids of all ages enjoy fun cultural activities and games with prizes. Visit chcp.org for more details.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell, definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. Do you feel stupid for buying a timeshare? Don't. It's not your fault. You were most likely told you could rent it, and it was a great financial investment. And the deal was available today only. If this happened to you, contact your resort or Wesley Financial Group for help today.
Call Wesley now for your free exit information kit. 800-939-1441. 800-939-1441.
Now back to Warriors This Week on 95.7 The Game.
Welcome in the final half hour of the show. This is Dan Devone taking you right up until noon. The Golden State Warriors, who have lost their last 4 consecutive games, have slid 2 games under the 500 mark. And it doesn't get any easier. This team embarks on a very, very difficult road swing that takes them out in the northeast part of the United States, which means the likes of some big boys, including the Boston Celtics, the Detroit Pistons, the New York Knicks. But they do have the Washington Wizards, which could be the lone victor on this difficult road swing for a Golden State Warrior team that is, well, they're bitten by injuries, and if you've listened to the show at all, this is sort of their undoing, if you were to ask me. When you invest on older players, I think it's inevitable that you're going to deal with injuries like this, especially when you get to the latter stages of the season. The phone lines are open at 888-957-9570. Give me Duck Sauce as we kick things off. What's up, Duck?
Dan, what's going on, my man?
What's up?
Oh, man, I told Pasta I didn't really have much today. I'm not going to lie. I just called. I missed you guys. It's been about 3 weeks for me, so I still don't think Pods could average 25 in my Tuesday night men's league, but I know you disagree on that a little bit, so, you know.
Now, let me tell you about Pods. He's actually, seriously, Duck, if you were to look at his game over the last month, 2 months, there's been some consistency and some improvement. Now, do I think he's a starter for the Warriors as a 2 or as a 1? And first of all, that's the other problem. Is he a point? Is he a 2? Is he a combo? What the hell is he? But you'd have to admit there's been some improvements in his game, don't you think?
Yeah, no, he's looked a little better. But would you give me this though? Like when you're this shorthanded, bro, like somebody's got to score, right? You know what I mean? Like that's kind of inevitable. Like somebody's gonna have 18 or 20 when they're putting up 80 a game. It's the NBA. You know what I mean?
No, I hear you, and he's taking that upon himself to be that guy. But he's in no way in hell, if you're a good basketball team, should that be a number 1, a number 2, a number 3, or even a number 4 option on a good basketball team. And I guess the one thing about Podziemski, and you tell me how you feel about this, Duck, is that he's just got an awkward way about him in terms of the way he delivers. And I think that when you think about the Warriors and you think about all these athletic players, and yes, I'm going to go Jonathan Kuminga. Now that Evan's out of the building, I can talk JK. That when you think about Jonathan Kuminga, and just to draw the comparison, the contrast between the two, and it just looks as though Steve Kerr is, and I get it, he's smart, he takes charges, he understands defense, he's all about hustle. There's always going to be a spot for him on an NBA roster. But sometimes, at least it just appears that Steve Kerr puts a precedence on guys like that, Podziemski, who maybe doesn't have the athleticism, maybe isn't the most skillful guy, but he does all the other things. And I want to invest in that as opposed to somebody who's a raw athlete. Would you agree with that, Duck?
I would agree with that. I was going to ask you, I hear sometimes callers call in and they don't say it outright, but they kind of insinuate maybe that, they kind of pull the race card with the Kuminga-Podziemski thing with Kerr, which I would never agree with that because I think Kerr's shown, the type of character that wouldn't even be in question to me, with, the stuff that he stands up for and stuff political-wise and everything. But I will say, like, what would you give me for that? Maybe the favoritism is there because he might see a little bit of himself in Podziemski, kind of like an underdog, maybe a guy who, based on the way he looks or athleticism-wise, you wouldn't think he could play in this league. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's a hell of a point. And we've seen this throughout his coaching career. And I think there's some validity to that. And maybe Steve Kerr isn't even conscious of it. Maybe it's not Steve Kerr doing this knowingly, but maybe in the recesses of his mind, that's where his allegiance is, to undersized white guys who just outwork everybody. And he recognizes them, and because, he was that guy at one point. I think there's definitely something there. No doubt. Duck, thanks for the call, man. Call in anytime. I feel like Duck and I on a slow day are just going back and forth with each other. I could have talked hoops with Duck all day long. 888-957-9570 if you want to talk about the Warriors. And where do we go from here? Where does this team go from here? Despite, I don't mean literally because they're on a flight going to New York. Good luck against the Knicks. who are battling for their playoff lives, a team that has been up and down, but still in the upper tier in terms of the top teams out in the East, and headed to the postseason and trying to get back to the Eastern Conference Finals, which is where they found themselves somewhat surprisingly of a year ago. And then Washington, Boston, Detroit, and Atlanta. That Atlanta game, Jonathan Kuminga sure as hell better be ready to go and better be healthy to go. And I do want to see Jonathan Kuminga play well. I'll just say it, all right? I'm not picking sides. I do want to see him. I'm a Steve Kerr guy, but in that game, I want to see Jonathan Kuminga take belt to ass to Steve Kerr. There, I said it. Horace is in Clayton. What's up, Horace? Wants to talk a little JK.
Yeah, because let me say something about Kuminga. He's a playground player. He doesn't fundamentally, he's not good. He doesn't understand terminology of basketball, and that's why he had a tough time with Steve Kerr. You can't talk basketball to him because he don't even know what a straight line cut is. If you say, hey, man, don't let that guy straight line cut, and drop to the line of the ball, those kind of things he don't know. Now, if the game is out of hand, where he can just run up, down, and shoot and play playground basketball, he can. He doesn't even understand where he can score at. He doesn't. He doesn't even understand. He just think I'm open, I can go shoot. But back in the day, we learned how to play, man. We wasn't a 1, 2, 3, or 4. We learned how to play from the ground up. We weren't positionless, and when you got out there, you fundamentals was tight. You know, all through college, my fundamentals was tight. I'm in the Basketball Hall of Fame at Cal Poly, San Luis Obispo.
There you go.
I'd be damned.
Right on.
And if I'd be damned if I wasn't fundamentally sound. If I scored, you ain't scoring. If you around me, I boxed out. If the best player's having a problem, I want him. Because I'm going to use my fouls wisely on him, and I'm going to make sure I hit him. And that's the name of the game. Now you can't cut across the lane. You can't bump a guy back. You can't put your hands on him. Shit, I wish the hell do you realize what Michael Jordan has done to this league if you couldn't put his hands on him? AAU basketball is out for me because all the coaches probably never played. They don't know. They ain't teaching me to roll the ball out, get the best players, let them run and jump and shoot. Those guys don't make it. They don't last long, and that's what Kuminga is.
Horace, stay right there. Let me ask you, first of all, what's your last name? Pasta wants to look you up.
Williams.
Horace Williams, San Luis Obispo, right? So here's what I would say. I couldn't agree with you more. I think the disconnect between him and Steve Kerr was just that. It's basketball. It's basketball IQ. It's the fundamentals, knowing rotational defense, knowing just simply to take away a baseline on a guy, right? All those sort of things, force someone to the middle. But I think offensively, if you're going to play with the Warriors, it's so nuanced that there has to be a basketball IQ. And I do think that Jonathan Kuminga could play with the Golden State Warriors offensively, but the disconnect was on the defensive end. Here's what I would say to you and other people that say that he was just a guy that can score the basketball. The league is filled with guys like that. Now, you can't have 5 of those guys. You can't have 3 of those guys, but you could have one of them, especially if you're a Golden State Warrior team that doesn't have young players and that doesn't have athletes. I would give you Luka Doncic, who is an MVP candidate just about each and every year, one of the best players in the NBA. Why do guys like Luka Doncic continue to thrive in the NBA? It's because he can fill it up. What does he do on the defensive end? Nothing. But you're supposed to compensate, and that's one of the reasons why people think the Lakers are going to struggle. You have to be able to compensate for guys like that, Luka. But the NBA has always been about players that can score. So while Jonathan Kuminga has some warts in his game, and I'm willing to agree with you that, yes, fundamentally he doesn't understand a lot of it, I think that's relegated to the defensive side of the ball. But the fact that he was the only guy who could give you points, and he was an athlete. Now, the defense, you'd have to make up for it in other ways with team defense and helping on Jonathan Kuminga. But again, the league, and I point to Luka Doncic, has always been filled with guys that can score the basketball but can't play defense. Well,
not back in the day. Not back in the day. Those guys play both ends of the floor. Some of these guys don't even try to play both ends of the floor. You shoot the ball, don't get back. I mean, when we were playing basketball, you got taken out for that kind of crap. I don't care what level it was. Somebody will be in your ear, man. If you ain't getting back, you ain't playing. But, the premier guys like that Luka, he shoot, he miss, he's complaining to the official, never get back, his man score. That would never happen in a day if he was playing someone with Michael Jordan. Do you agree?
I agree with you. You know what? I cannot disagree with that. The way the game's being played where, you know what it is, Horace, is that today's coaches are afraid to confront today's players. You want to know why? Because there's been a power shift in basketball at the NBA level. The players now, they have the hammer. They have the control. They're in charge. They make 3 times as much as the coach, and they know they're 5 times more important than that of the coach. A coach is disposable. Star players in the NBA are not. If you're a star, you do as you please. And I think the Steve Kerrs of the world, when it comes to checking someone like that of a Draymond Green, or the majority of the coaches, which is why I like J.J. Redick, who is willing to get in the face of a Luka Doncic. But would you agree that a lot of today's players don't listen to the coach, and a lot of today's coaches are not willing to confront today's players?
And those players, you never win with them. You're never going to go far with them. You might get in the playoffs. Luka will take you to the playoffs, win one playoff game. You ain't going to go nowhere with him. When it gets down to the last 4 teams and they're not going to make it, man, because you got to be able to play both ends of the floor, and you got to want to make the effort. If you just make effort on defense, just effort, do that. But if you just see somebody don't make no effort, man, that would piss me off thoroughly. I'll be in that locker room just pissed off, and I'd tell them too. If you don't want to play, man, don't play.
Hey, Horace, let's you and I get in a one-on-one, man. I'm going to back you down and just give you my jump hook, man. You couldn't stop me.
Man, but I foul you first. You'll be on the floor. I guarantee you'll be on the floor.
I'll pay for it. All right, Horace, thanks for the call, man.
Yeah, that's right. All right, thanks.
Horace Williams, did you look him up, Buzz?
I did. Class of 2004 at the Cal Poly Sports Hall of Fame.
Really? I thought he was like from 1954. 2004 he was balling?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean he went into the Hall of Fame in 2004?
Went into the Hall of Fame in 2004, but he was CCAA Player of the Year in 1974, averaging 14.9 points.
We had a celebrity on the line.
MVP of the All-District 6-7-8 team in 1974. And also coached the Cal Poly junior varsity team in
there you go.
1974-75.
I like the way he thinks.
5th and 9th in single season assists, and 12th in career scoring, and 4th in career assists.
Horace Williams, hopefully a regular. How do we create these guys so that they call back every week? I've been soliciting 5 Foot Joe for about a month now. And I don't know what happened to him.
Oh, we got to get Joe back. That was an iconic moment. But during the week, it's a lot easier. A lot of the same people call back in, but we got some regulars here.
No, you
kind of trashed one earlier today with Scott. You called him boring.
No, Scott today, and I think Scott would admit as much, that today he just sort of lost me. And usually I'm in on Scott. I listen to everything Scott has to say. Today I was just,
Scott's great when he goes into the archives.
Exactly.
And when he brings up some comparisons from Bob Cousy and all that stuff.
Not to mention he wasn't at home today, so I was a little distracted. He was out and about. There was interference in the background.
Groceries.
No, but when you talk about, and I don't mean to sound as though I'm going after Steve Kerr, but I do have issues with the way he handles Draymond Green, and I've been very public about that. And again, it's not that Steve Kerr doesn't know how to coach this team. He doesn't know how to motivate this young basketball team. It's just that I strongly believe it's time to turn the page and go in another direction. And as you go younger, it should not include a coach who is Steve Kerr or someone of Steve Kerr's ilk, somebody who is pushing 60 years of age and has been in the NBA and doing it his way for so long. You need to change. And I think that's sort of where you're at. And I'm not giving him another year. I'm not waiting for him to go out and take this, walk into the sunset holding hands with Steph Curry and Draymond Green. Oh, well, your contracts are up next year. No, man. Winning is about today. It's about tomorrow. There's no waiting on that sort of stuff.
I got some news for you, Dan. Some injury updates.
Give me the breaking news.
That are just coming. You want the breaking news sounder for this?
Yeah.
Okay.
95.7 The Game breaking news.
Well, this better be good.
Well, I don't think it's worthy of the breaking news sounder.
You just gave me the breaking news sounder. This better be good.
Because you wanted it. All right. Well, it's a calf strain for Al Horford, and it's an adductor strain for Seth Curry. Both are going to be out against the Knicks. The Warriors are going to be depleted to open the road trip in New York. Draymond, Porzingis, and DeAnthony Melton, they're also all sitting on the front side of the back-to-back. That's per Anthony Slater of ESPN.
What about QP?
I think he should be available. I'll double-check on that, too.
Wow. Oh, Al Horford is hurt. My God. Who could not have foreseen this? Jimmy Butler got hurt. Are you kidding me? Steph Curry's got a bum knee. No. Draymond Green's not available. No. Kidding me? How could these guys be? Who could have not foresee that these guys, as we get towards the latter part of the season, what do we always say, at least that I maintain throughout the years? It's about where these older players are at as you get to the most important part of the campaign. And here we are, right? We've hit the bell lap. It's the stretch run to the postseason. And where the Warrior players that they invested in, that they sold us on, they're all hurt.
Quentin Post, by the way, is questionable for tomorrow night against the Knicks with a sprained left ankle.
I wouldn't mind him out for the next month.
He did not return in last night's game.
I know he didn't. Did you miss him?
I did.
QP's a fine player. It's just when you invest in older players and you get to the latter part of the season, there's a good chance that they're going to be unavailable. So if you want some empathy, Steve Kerr or Dunleavy, or wow, I just feel bad for Steve Kerr. Look what he's got to work with. Well, come on, man. This is your undoing, bro. It is. I don't feel for the Golden State Warriors and their staff. Like, what the hell did you expect? Did you really think over the offseason that Al Horford was the missing piece? Or did you really expect Steph Curry to go full tilt, to even give you 70 games or 65? It's asking too much, man. It's just, age is real, Steve Kerr, and I know he likes older players. I know that he believes in older players, but to a certain degree, right? There's got to be a cutoff. You can't rely on guys at the age of late 30s. It doesn't work, man. Especially in an NBA where the demand now and the way the game is played, where everybody is in complete full momentum from Jump Street. Everybody is just going, hair on fire, the full 94 feet. I mean, he knows that. It's the reason why he says that the NBA should reduce the season, that the 82 games are too long, which, by the way, is never going to happen. No one's ever going to leave money on the table. That's just counterintuitive to everything when it comes to professional sports. And not to mention, God, this sounds like I'm Steve Kerr hating. I love the man. There's just something about, now that I'm fat, meaning Steve Kerr got paid, it's easy for me to say, let's reduce the season. Were you saying that, man, when you were trying to hang on as a player or a younger coach? I mean, I don't know. It just seems like something that you say when you've been fed.
I have no idea.
When I'm fed, it's like, let's change things up. I don't know. I have some issues, man, when it comes to the way I get it with the Golden State Warriors, and I'm thinking of bag this team and some of the players that are overachieving right now. It's just they are who they are. It's just the way they got here, I think, is something that was somewhat preventable. And leaning in on these older players, I'm not shocked that none of them are available as we hit late March and getting into the most important part of the campaign. What's going on with you today, Boston?
I got something to bounce off you real quick.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw, but this was kind of a hot topic the last few days at the station. But Shai Gilgeous-Alexander passed Will Chamberlain for most consecutive games with at least 20 points. Is that a big deal to you?
Sure.
Like, do you care about that at all?
Yeah. Why shouldn't I?
I guess around the station, not a lot of people really cared. A lot of them voiced their, not displeasure, but I guess their lack of care for this quote-unquote record.
Well, that's just it. I think the reason why SGA has already won a championship and why he is a champion is that he's consistent. And SGA doesn't shoot the three as prolifically as some of the other stars in the league. He's all about a mid-range and giving you 20-plus points a game. You know who's another rising star that we don't talk about? Another guy that's averaging double-double, 20 and 10, and like high number of assists, like 7 or 8 assists, is Jalen Johnson for Atlanta. Jonathan Kuminga's teammate. It's another guy that you don't hear a lot about. Doesn't shoot the three. You know, he's not one of those guys that are just making the highlight reel and going end to end, but consistently a good basketball player and a two-way player. Now, SGA isn't as good defensively, but Jalen Johnson's another guy that consistently gives you strong, strong numbers. Consistency, Pasta. It's kind of like you, man. I always give you these life analogies. Just be consistent.
I feel consistent.
You are. Man. Nobody makes me laugh harder than you during the breaks. I don't know why that is. I mean, when you look at Pasta, you wouldn't think of that's a funny dude. But you, I mean, there's
I'm 600 miles away and you still find a way to interrupt me.
Oh,
consistency,
God.
Dan.
Oh, my God. I can't make the final 2 minutes. Oh, God. Why did you do that? Can we get out early?
Baseball season's coming up, man. You excited?
All right, listen. Where are you, Sam Levin? Because that dude is, you and him are two of my favorites here. Yeah, I don't know. Really quick, do you want to give me a baseball thought on Vitello?
I want to give you a thought on Team Italy. I mean, how about them advancing to the semifinals?
In what?
The World Baseball Classic.
Oh, that's right. Oh,
yeah, that's going on. That's a thing.
Yeah, who's playing baseball in Italy?
Well,
Bo Bichette?
A lot of them are American players. There's a few native Italians, but Vinny Pasquantino's on the team.
Vinny Pasquantino. Oh.
There's a few others.
Vinny. Vinny. All right, give me another name from that team.
Aaron Nola's on that team. The righty for the Phillies.
He's an Italian? Noelini, you mean?
Yeah.
Noah Vincenzo?
Oh.
Give me some players on that team before we get out of here.
I know the pitching coach is Dave Righetti.
Oh, really? Rags.
So there's one.
Shout out San Jose.
The manager is Francisco Cervelli, former catcher.
Cervelli, remember him? Yeah. Righetti, who had a perfect game with the New York Yankees.
That's right. It's a good team, though. Give
me some Italian names.
I'm trying to pull up the roster for you here before we have to leave. But they're playing Puerto Rico tonight. It's going to be a pretty big game, and I'm looking forward to it. They've been impressive thus far.
That's how we're getting out on Warriors this week. Why not? When you're the Warriors and you're struggling like this, we leave you. Can you give me one name?
Hang on.
We leave you with give me the first guy you mentioned. When you're the Warriors,
Vinny Pasquantino.
When you're struggling and it's the Golden State Warriors and you got to do for a show for 3 hours, we leave you with Vinny Pasquantino and the Italian national team. Until next week, so long, everybody.
Hey, it's Willard and Dibs for Safeway. Enjoy these amazing deals for members. And as always, save up to 20% weekly on hundreds of exclusive offers from Safeway. Just clip the highlighted deals from the weekly mailer or click the deals in the For You section